Hello.
Hello.
Hello, skis.
So weird stuff here. No one showed up.
Wow. Oh wow.
Oh,
So-
thanks,
I
man.
guess
We're no one.
we're no one. I guess
We're
we're
no
no
one.
one.
You are my stalwarts. You are my two
You're-
special
For your Star Wars.
children's. You're. I know if I have a game and you guys say you're going to be there, Ryan. I don't think you've ever canceled the game.
I don't think so.
And I know Cassandra wouldn't, because Cassandra's usually like, "Hey, when are we gonna play D&D next?" Oh, you had a seizure? Maybe you should rub some dirt on it and get back in that
I've
D&D.
never said that.
Wow. Wow.
Never said
Wow.
that. Don't make me the bad guy. Jeez
You're not a bad
Louise.
guy. You're not a good guy. You're not a bad guy. You're just a guy.
Not even
Um,
a guy.
No, you're just someone who's like, any opportunity you get to play D&D, you're gonna like.
Oh.
It's gonna fucking.
I like
happen.
I like D's and D's.
So, instead of running what I prepped for,
It looks like we were missing Darren and Brian.
Yeah.
Because with our last game, the internet wasn't working, so we had to move it to this month.
Mhm.
Fucking
But this is a normal time for Chaos Scars. So, and I put the thing in this morning and didn't
I
hear
know.
anything.
Just saying. I actually didn't even see it till I was looking for it. I was like, apparently I haven't been on Facebook today.
Speaking of which, I'm very tempted to leave. I'm buying time right now, looking for a monster. So bear
Okay.
with me.
Do you want to
I'm
talk about
thinking-
how excited we are for Friday?
I mean, first of all, I'm thinking about leaving Facebook and moving everything onto Discord. And I want to know if that's something would be just as easy for both of you, as
That's
far as
fine.
like the links. I'm
That's
just kind of done with Facebook, I think.
Yeah, that's fine. I effectively don't use it anymore. Like
This is
I
really all
went-
I use it for, is like
I
putting
went-
stuff on Chaos Scar.
I went on today because I didn't see it in Discord. So I was like, let me go. I go, okay. So I found
I
it.
like to look up dad jokes, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, there occasionally I will just go directly to the McElroy, shit post page, but because I want to look at dumb stuff that the McElroys do, but
Well, the only
even
thing I do on
then,
Facebook, yeah.
Hold on. To keep talking amongst yourself, Sandra, tell the tale of Friday.
Oh, very excited! Friday, we're getting carpet in the basement.
Oh, nice.
Whole thing, all done Friday. So puts us one step away from having a super usable entire basement. I'm really excited.
Hell yeah.
Well,
that's
I
exciting.
mean, that room just needs carpet and needs the bookshelves put up in it, but
Yeah.
and baseboards, I guess. But otherwise, it's painted. It's ready to go.
That's what I mean.
Oh,
So we
yeah.
had carpet
That's
in.
exciting.
My dad's coming down the first to help us finish the baseboards.
Mhm.
And I already have all the IKEA bookcases for that room, so I just have to put them together.
Haha. What is that?
Something we've been trying to do for 15 years.
Hey.
So
I
excited.
did post pictures of the board game closet because I was very,
You
very
did.
excited about it.
That is the new
It
board
It
game
looked very
closet.
Nice.
All the
Yeah.
games fit in the closet. It's scary enough.
All the board games fit in that
All
closet.
the board games fit in the closet.
Let's not go crazy.
The RPG books have their own bookcase, and
We're gonna
minis
need it.
are its own thing. So,
Mhm.
but board games all fit in the closet, which is great, which is good. It's an expensive closet. All those systems are not that cheap, but totally worth the money. So it
Which
doesn't come
means the
crashing down.
shelf and the shelving part in the office, I've been told, is going to become a Motu display area.
You've been told. You're like, a little birdie told me. Well,
No, the boss of bosses told me.
Oh.
I'm into rearranging his office. So
The final boss told me
The
today.
final
that-
boss. Skeletor.
I mean, it's really more space than you had. I just suggested it as a space. I didn't tell you could do it. I said this would be a good space for that.
Oh
I
shit.
said you should do
What?
this here. I said you should do this
Okay.
here.
I thought
Now
you were
you-
going back on it and saying, like, I didn't tell you you could do it. I
Yeah,
just told
roll
you it would be a
initiative,
good spot.
y'all.
No, I
Yeah,
didn't tell you. No, I
that's
was saying I didn't say you should do it. I said you could do it. It's up to you. But I thought it was a good display space for that.
Oh, well, because I still have my Eternia in the box. I have yet to break it out.
And the big
Yeah,
thing is if
We
I
have
get you
Eternia
to
at home.
if I get you to put Eternia up there, I won't have to make room for it in the new room.
Oh, I told all my friends, I was like, as soon as we get carpet in there, I'm putting a table in that room and I'm breaking Eternia out of the box. It's like all 3 by 4 feet of it, and I'm putting it up.
This will keep it in your office and
I don't care. It looks amazing. So I'm super pumped about it. Although I will need help because my hands are too shaky to do the stickers.
yeah, I figured. Or the stickers.
There's enough stickers. I don't want to fuck it up.
But
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. There's much excite going on.
Excite.
I'm trying to. Ryan, how are you?
good.
Ben's still stalling.
I've got this book open. I'm trying to find this thing, and
Yeah.
it's not turning through the pages as fast as I want. So I'm like,
Mm.
come on.
Yeah, man. Come on.
I'm
I'm fine. I'm good. It's nice outside. It wasn't supposed to be nice today, but it is, which is.
I was
Yeah.
hoping we're gonna get some rain,
Yes.
but I don't know.
I think it rained overnight.
It did rain overnight, but according to my weather thing, we got 100% chance of rain tomorrow.
Happy Bahamas, Shaggy.
Obamas.
Promise.
Were you here for that, Ryan, when that
Yeah.
took place?
I was here for Bahamas. That was at the
That was
end
Star
of
Wars.
Star
yeah.
Wars.
I
Yeah.
can never remember when that took place.
Oh shoot, we're down to a 93% chance of rain tomorrow.
Whoa.
Oh
It's
no,
not happening.
it's not
not
happening.
It's not
Okay.
happening. An A- of rain? No, thank you.
No.
Not happening. Nope.
Okay, so
Nope.
Does Shaggy want to come on and play D&D?
I don't. He doesn't have a character. I don't know. Shaggy,
can
do you have a
figure it-
character? Do you want
we
to
can
come
figure
on?
it
You wanna
out.
Play D&D with us. Want to join the Chaos Scar? Want some
You never
scars on
know.
your chaos?
He's probably like, "Don't threaten me with a good time."
I'll threaten you with a good time. I'll fuck you up.
Almost.
Almost got a spit take out of Ben. That's great.
Almost got me to spit out my good brown juice.
It was a good thing you had to delay because I forgot I had to level for this one.
All right.
Oh, just leveled real quick.
So it's been 30 days or 45 days since you guys last did anything, and that's when you went to God, all of a sudden I can't even remember anything. This
We were
is
in Burwitch.
Burwitch, yes,
Burwitch.
Burwitch.
So I'm being in a werewolf costume.
Yeah, you did.
There's werewolves.
The Vienna.
Actually, if I'm being honest, Dana fucked us up. But we won.
We did.
Technically.
That was a good fight.
It was a real good fight. It was a real good fight.
A good time.
So you get a call. I'm sorry. You get missed.
Did we did we get a call on the face tone? We could
Remember,
have
I'm doing this off the top of my head tonight. So
I'm just saying we could have got a call
Yeah.
on face tone.
and I'm just saying, don't push it.
Not pushing it. Helping. I'm helping.
Anyway, you get a missive from Burwitch, and it's from your friend and now colleague Jefferson Headley, and Jeff is saying that he might need a little help because he's had a visitor from kind of the outlying farms come, and they are terrified because people are in his little farming community are something's going on with them. So he calls for help by sending Buck. And Buck comes and just like, "Rural Jeff's kind of
Let's ride the dog.
They like call you to the gate and they're like, "There's a dog here for you."
Oh,
No,
oh good.
Hello.
Not
Oh,
weird
hello.
at all.
Hello, Buck.
So you guys make anything you guys want to do before you leave to go to Burwitch? Anything you want to
I think Tiburon probably already is in Burwitch.
I kind of assumed that
I feel like
the Tiburon will probably be their man in Burwitch more than he'll be
mhm.
anywhere else. I mean, you have a place to live and a business beside it.
Yeah, he's like setting up shop, but he's also, I think, establishing that because they got the building last
Yep.
time. So I think he's been helping like get that situated. So he's probably there or on his way there. So yeah.
Would Tiburon allow Jefferson to move all of his stuff into the house? Is the real question.
All of this, no.
So actually, Jefferson has taken a hefty sum to pay Adeline to build onto the house, and it'll basically be a house attached to the house, and then another
Perfect.
smaller house full of his stuff.
This is the part I can live in that's not all full.
Yeah, well, it'll
that
be
way.
it'll be his curios shop.
I've seen hoarders.
Toronto's wing.
So Dianthus, you make your way to Burwich, and you go to the Finders Guild headquarters in Burwich, and there is Tiburon and Jefferson. And Jefferson, you guys sit down, you have a nice meal, and he tells you, so I had this interesting situation. This young man from one of the surrounding farming communities came to me and with just an absolutely horrific story. That his friends and neighbors, there's probably 4 families in this small group. You can tell I don't remember what Jeff sounds like, because I did not prepare for Jefferson.
He was an old man, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was an older dude. He sounds like I think he might sound a little like Jeff from Mountain Monsters, but I can't remember.
He was a little bit there. He was somewhere between that and Dusty.
Oh, he had a little bit of this going on.
A little bit, but not like full Dusty.
Not
like
full.
You don't go full Dusty.
Yeah.
You
So he's like, well, I'll tell you, this young. Now I'm like,
No, you can't. You have to go full dusty. You
I am
can't do it.
so thrown off by all this.
You're zero
no.
dusty or all dusty.
Yeah, I'm 0 to Dusty in 60 seconds. He says, or he kind of brings you in. And he says, the reason that I think you guys should look at this is because this young man is known to be quite honest, and I feel like, well, what he's saying don't make a lot of sense.
What's he saying?
And he brings in, looks to be like a 10-year-old. He takes his straw hat off and he holds it over his chest. And he says, ma'am, sir, he keeps looking at Jeff like, can I talk? And he's like, go on. So, something's wrong with my family and my friends. They're,
What is it?
well, okay. It's
Okay.
my paw. He found an old barrow cave, and he went in, and he came out with well, we's rich now. He came out with a pot of gold, but ever since that gold came into our little group, and he shared it with everybody, because if one farm don't work, none of the farms work. These all like extended family to us, but except for the Marion, I can't like marry my sister. I just want to get that out of the way now. It's not like that.
Sounds good.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of stereotypes about farming people, and
Right.
I do
Thank
not
you,
want that.
Clarity. Thank you.
Hey, Mitch. So anyway, they just started acting funny. Seems like when the gold went in people's homes, they all just started getting weird. Doing weird stuff, just little things. But now it's gotten, I don't know, you ever be somewhere and it just feels wrong?
Yes, of course.
Now everything feels wrong.
Mm.
I mean, the crops are some days just laying fallow. No one's. The work's got sloppy. My aunt, she used to make real good food for us every night. But now it's just gruel. It's just the other day, one of the reasons I came to see Mr. Headley is because there was a clump of dirt in my porridge.
Sorry. That's why I was laughing. It's the comment.
I mean, I make no promises. I might. This is all off the top of my head tonight. So,
Nice
saying
job,
money can't
Mario.
buy you happiness, but apparently it can buy you clinical depression. Anybody who says money cannot buy you happiness has never been on a jet,
Not finding interest in things that used to.
has never been on a jet ski. Because I remember whose joke that is, but it's pretty good.
That's Ricky Bob, not Ricky Bobby.
Probably Ricky. No.
It's the baseball guy.
It's Danny McBride.
Danny McBride. Thank you.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I can't remember what character was he doing though.
It's Eastbound and Down. I can't. Kenny Powers.
Kenny Powers. There you go. Thank you.
Fucking Powers.
Powers.
Right through a journey.
Well, here, and he pulls out a sack and he sits it down in front of you. He says, I wasn't going to take any of that coin because something's wrong with it. But I figured you would want something in payment. And he sits it down in front of you in this like potato sack.
Jerome, open the sack.
Yeah. I'll open it for you, but I won't touch anything. I'm just gonna.
It's like if anybody plays Stardew Valley, when you do the festival challenge where it's like everybody brings their best shit and there's a judging, and if you're smart and you raise good crops and make good food, then you'll always win. That's why I always win the festival. So it's like got homemade cheeses and preserves, and it looks like there's like a bottle of some type of alcohol, but there's a lot of like really fresh food in there.
Oh, it's not gold? I thought it was bag of gold.
No,
he
it's like
bring us the cursed gold. It'd be terrible. We'd be in trouble.
I
We'd
just
be
wanna-
doing weird things.
he's basically saying like this is the best thing we have besides that
This
gold, and I don't think that gold is good.
No, I didn't want the gold. I just wanted to study the gold. I wanted to look at it.
This is very lovely. Thank you. I'm sorry. What was your name?
Off top of your head, Ben.
My name's Mitch.
Oh, Mitch.
Oh, Mitch.
Mitch. Thank you, Mitch. This is
Mitchell
delightful.
Mitchell Dairy.
Mitchell Dairy.
Mitchell Dairy.
It's a fine name for a farm.
Thank you. It was
Sure.
my granddad's name. He died in a lightning storm.
Oh, well. Them's the breaks, kids. Oh.
That sucks.
Okay.
Although
well,
to hear grandma say it, she said it was Bahir, but she's kind of a little you son of a bitch, Shaggy. It's true.
I just hope it wasn't Connor's lightning storm.
oh, that would be.
The hell of a circle. Oh no, I gave Ben ideas.
I mean, I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Not saying it won't happen.
Yeah.
Well,
Um.
Mitch, thank you. This will do. This will suffice. Thank you. This is lovely.
Will y'all help?
Of course. That's what we're here for.
Jefferson takes him over to the table, gives him a huge plate of food, and says, "You can go rest up in the guest room, and while the adults have a conversation." So Mitchell Dairy, hustles his way up the thin stairs with a big old plate full of food, and Jefferson sits down and at the table and kind of strokes his Santa beard, says, I'm at a loss. I've known them folk out there since I was a kid. And they're just good people. All of them, generation after generation after generation, working hard, earning their living, coming into town, bartering their goods.
Sure. Well, it doesn't mean they've changed. It sounds like maybe they've been cursed.
Let me go back and rephrase that. Them people don't lie. So that boy is not lying to us.
Oh,
But
it hadn't crossed my mind that he was.
But a curse on a whole village. I mean, I've done the reading. I don't know. I said, you're both far more worldly than I am, but I just feel like there's something else going on here.
I mean, there could be. I suppose that's what we're going to go find out. Are you coming?
After last time, no, thank you. I've realized very well. I'm the man in the chair. I do the research, and only in a pinch do I get myself into a situation like last time.
Sorry, do you mean figurative chair, or like one of your 47-foot chairs?
Hey,
Which
now
chair are you going to be?
that's just hurtful. You don't know when you're gonna need a good chair. Chairs
Okay.
wear out.
I'm simply saying that.
Plus, if I wasn't doing what I'm doing with my funds, Adeline would be a lot less likely to be around as much.
Look.
So let's not cast aspersions at one another.
It wasn't an aspersion. You tried to move them into here. You had them outside.
That is neither here nor there.
Okay. Well, it's there now because I didn't let it be here.
So I assume y'all
Jefferson,
believe.
I'm kidding. I'm playing with you.
He says, "Oh, I can never tell when you're joshing me." And he smiles kind of sheepishly, and then he comes out and brings out a small little tray of dark brown bean juice as your nightcaps.
Oh, fantastic.
Now I grew these myself, so they are the finest of beans.
Like in cocoa beans or coffee beans? I need to know if I'm sleeping tonight.
It's
Oh,
just
you'll you'll sleep.
into bean water.
Ooh. Like in the can, the slimy stuff? Ooh.
You'll sleep real well. And then he looks around, he pulls out a little flask, and he fills each of them about half with this good brown bean juice, and then the rest with whatever's in there.
Sure. Well, we should pair it with this. He like digs through the bag. He's like, this one. It's very pungent, soft rind cheese. This one's a bit overripe. It's not going to be good in the morning. We should enjoy this now.
Anything you guys want to do? Any converse about? Any information you want to know before?
Did Tiburon just pull out cheese and not sausage?
He does both.
You do both?
Yeah, there's always some phosphorus. There's like it's like hanging like he's like while he's like you can't bring all your furniture and shit in here, Jefferson. He's like got like fully like meat curing, like a light abattoir in the in the back. It's fine.
Hey Ben, check the check.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Yo,
Hey,
Yo.
Brian!
A third
I
competitor.
literally just got off work and completely forgot about it.
Well, I'm just winging it tonight. So if you want to
Right.
relax tonight, and because I'm telling you now, the thing I had plans on happening, so it's going to be kind of a shit show, and it'll probably be short.
So you
Right,
can take
no,
the night
that's-
off, or you can wing it with us.
This is
Sure.
relaxing for me, so
Perfect.
I will wing it with you.
All right, so you guys are all in Berwick, and a young lad came to Jefferson and said,
Mitchell Dairy.
Mitchell Dairy says, I need you to help me because there's something wrong in my small farming. It's not even a village. What would it be called? It's not even a hamlet. It's not. It's definitely not incorporated.
Called it the family's farm.
Yeah, it's like four, kind of like the Fireclaw farms. So it's like 4 or 5 families that all have
Sure.
a farming collective. So you're going to be leaving in the morning there with this young lad because he says something's off. His father found a literal pot of gold in a burrow cave. Not a burrow, it's a barrow cave. Excuse me. And since he's come back with it and he shared it with everybody, people have been acting weird. Very
Sounds problematic.
So the next morning rolls around and Mitchell leads you out to this farm, to these farms. It's about a half-day walk. It's quite pretty, but you guys have been kind of out near these areas before when you you just didn't walk through them because you went through a tunnel. It's a couple miles away from where that tunnel entrance is. And as you're going, and it kind of clears into farmland, you can look up and you can see, what can I remember the names of people where things happen? You can actually see the Howland Mines, the mountain that's the Howland Mines are on.
Okay.
It's not so that it's like the wide range. It's just like one big kind of cragged peak with kind of jutting rock formation sticking out of it. And it looks not menacing, but it kind of just looks wrong. So you make your way. I just realized I'm going to have to open a document so I can write names down because otherwise I will remember nothing.
I mean, you can check my notes, but half the time I spell those things wrong. So
Give me a second.
Hey.
I realized I was like, where am I putting these names? And I was like, you're not.
2 non-D&D questions then. Is my fan causing a problem for my microphone? Am I good?
I'm not noticing
Not hearing
anything.
anything? Okay.
No.
Second thing, how'd you get your hair so tall all of a sudden? It wasn't that tall when you went downstairs. What did you do?
I put some water in it.
Okay. I was like, it was laying down when you went down, and now it's just like.
5,
So
20,
you keeping hairspray downstairs that I didn't know about?
4.
It's a super secret hairspray stash.
I guess. Shaggy, I was thinking something about Mary, but he was only downstairs like 3 minutes from when I last saw him, so kind of didn't think that was possible.
Hey, anything's like Kevin Arnett said, anything's possible.
It's possible.
Anything's possible.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, there it is. Sorry. I'm trying to get all this. It's funny when you prep, you do like all the prep and everything, and you have it all set up, and then you take for granted, like when something happens and you're like, oh God, what? No. Not prepared to just make things up. Okay. I'm calling this episode 12.5. I would have changed in the notes, but I can't now.
Can you all still hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I just was making some audio adjustments, so.
I see you lowered your camera when you had your fan on. It looked like I was doing like fancy hand moves on top of your head. Try to do magic tricks.
I mean,
what do you guys want to name the farms? But just like, what do you want to call these farm area?
Ask chat.
Chat or players.
I feel like chat's always got something real good up their sleeve. Maybe.
Everyone's quiet tonight.
Threw out the challenge. It's not good. Threw him off.
Like the area or like the names of the farm?
No, just the area. Like, what do they call this? Like 4-farm area.
This 4-farm area. I only have a stupid idea in my head. I can't get it out.
I would only have stupid ideas too, so.
Just call it Old McDonald's, you know.
I like
Old
it.
McDonald's Farms.
Old McDonald's Farms.
How about we just call it McDonald's Farm?
Sure.
I suppose.
Fine, Old McDonald's Farms.
No, not old. OL apostrophe. Old
Oh,
McDonald's.
even better.
Yeah.
It's an
for sure.
homage without
Ye
being
Old
correctly.
McDonald's.
Ye old
Ye old McDonald's.
Shaggy says Wacky Weed Farms.
It's a different adventure.
Okay.
This is a prep
It's
school. I
not prep
wasn't
school. I
prepared.
wasn't prepared to think.
Yeah, I'm a little.
We're winging it. Get some fun winging it, you know?
Look, it can't all be the boom boom room. That's what I'm saying.
That's
It'll be the
fair.
boom boom room.
That's fair.
Oh, that's an
Or they
epic
could
name.
be. You know.
Suppose I could probably pull up a character sheet, huh?
If you want.
Yeah,
Just wing
Mhm.
that too.
yeah. I mean, I'm not,
You
I'm
could
Not, I'm not the boss.
pretty
I'm not.
sure.
I'm not the
I'm
boss.
pretty sure I know Power Word Kill. I'm pretty sure I know.
Warrior,
I'm
you
not
could
the
have
boss of you.
yeah,
I
Warrior, you
have a
could have
scroll of that.
you could have boom boom room like branches. Boom boom room south.
I mean,
Well, that would require him to be able to leave the planet,
Well,
that probably like lightly exists.
and also
it
that particular character, I don't think has the motivation to do that.
fully does not.
He won the bar in some type of contest. I don't remember what.
He like slinks into the room, like slumps down on the bed, turns to Felicia, and he's like, I want another fucking bar. Can you flip this shit? I have so
Her
many
reaction would be
now."
like, "I can't believe you have this fucking bar." All right. The bang bang room.
the knockoff bang bang room.
You're like,
Bam Bam Room.
all right. So Mitchell takes you, and you see a tall, lithe woman like hustle up the path, and he says, "I didn't tell him I was leaving, so please don't make my mama any more angry than she probably already is." And she's like, "Mitchell, dare you bring your... Oh, hello?
Hello.
Who might y'all be?"
We're here on business.
"Yeah, mama, they's businessmen. I went into town, and they're appraisers, and they came out to do some appraising work on the farm. Because mayhaps they want to buy the farm area and help us start new farms." She like looks at him like really confused. You can see
He's
like
correct.
the wheels, and you can see the wheels turning, and she's like, "What?"
We've come to ascertain the status of these pots and these farms.
"Well, I will tell you, we have become somewhat independently wealthy here of late.
No, have you?
So think about what you're going to offer, and I would probably assume you double it. Or you have land already purchased for us that we can then move our homestead onto." He looks at you and he goes, Mama's from town."
We'll take that under advisement.
Yeah. Yes.
She finally she stops, kind of giving you the side eye and giving you the haggle tongue. And she brushes her hands off and she says, "My name's Bessie Derry."
Bessie Derry.
Bessie.
Lovely to meet you.
She says, "Well, you are in trouble, mister." She points at him. And she looks at the rest of you and goes, "As for the rest of you, we don't really have the best accommodation set up for you currently. But I'm more than happy to have you come into the house, and I'll get some food on the table for you, and I'll clean up a spare bedroom as long as y'all don't mind bunking together. And if you do, Miss," and she kind of points over to you, Dianthus. Miss
I'm Dianthus.
Miss Dianthus, I'm sure it won't kill my husband to sleep with the children's for a night. We can share a room. My daughters are still young enough that they don't quite care."
I'm always comfortable in a tree too, so it's okay.
She looks at you funny. "I don't think I've ever heard of a banker that sleeps in a tree, but to each their own."
Just getting back to my roots.
"Sounds like you're getting back to something." And you all start walking back.
I have leaves on me, Ben. Like she doesn't.
I know but she like thinks it's just like fashion. It's not like you walk around with a flashing sign over your head that says, "I as Druid."
No, but like I figured if I'm growing leaves off of me, it might be a little obvious.
Falling leaves would make it fashion.
I guess.
Fashion. Turn to the left. And then you see a very, very handsome, broad-shouldered, blonde hair, blue eyes, kind of like big mutton chops, hands that look like, the ends of hammers, walk up and says, "Well, I appreciate you finding my son. Apparently he's been off gallivanting." And he reaches out and he shakes all of your hands. And he says, "Pardon me, I'm a little dirty. Been out on the field today. What can we do? What can we do for you?" His wife kind of whispers to him, and he goes, "Well, come on in. We'll talk over it with some food. I got a hungry you wouldn't believe."
They seem pretty lucid, right?
Yeah.
Doing any weird or not doing any weird things right now.
No, it's very like this. Just seems like a pair of people who, they live here.
Okay.
How do the crops look right now? Since he said sometimes they're in bad shape, sometimes they're not.
They don't look great. It looks like there was things have, like, the season has gotten away from them a little bit, but they also don't seem to be in a big rush. I don't know how much experience all of you have with like farming, but
I mean,
None.
I am made of the earth. I figured I might know a little bit.
yeah, that's true. So you want to make me a survival check then, Dianthus, with your smart mouth?
I can. This
Oh,
just
just one
increased
level.
with my 4th level, so. But I would need to roll even better than that. 9.
You're like, a sword? Like a real sword?
Real sword?
You're
You
just
can't a real sword?
you're looking at it and you can't for the life of you quite figure out why they should look this bad, because these people look like they're hardworking folk, but why is it look like no one's paying any attention to this stuff?
Are the fields nearby? Or are they like? Am I looking at them from a
No,
distance?
a little bit of a distance, but not terrible.
So I can't get close to them right now, right?
You could if you wanted. I mean, you could just walk. It's not that far.
Kind of want to. Can I get a closer look?
Yeah.
I want to go over and get down on the ground Get close to the dirt. Give it a
You start to
smell.
walk over there, and he goes, "Ma'am, what are you doing?"
Oh, I just want to take a look at something real quick. I'll be right back.
He looks at you sideways, kind of says, he again looks at you two and says, "What does a banker want with my crop?"
Well, simply assessing and appraising the land. So the crops are certainly a value add to the property, don't you think?
Just waiting for you to say it. That's all. And he invites you inside. You guys sit down, and she's like putting out cheese and like some fruit, and some bread. I mean, it's it's farm fare. Like this is just what we have on us. So, some cured meat, which Tiburon, you're like, oh, this is surprisingly actually good. This is not what I expected it to be. Anyway, he kind of sits there and he's chewing on his food and says, "Please, your pitch."
Well, we are from Berwich. We have been looking into speculative properties outside of town limits. We are interested in diversifying our portfolio. We primarily deal in goods, prepared foods, sort of thing. However, we have interest in controlling the entire line of production, shall you say. So we have heard positive things about these farms. They're in an advantageous location to us, and we simply want to see if these will meet our needs. Frankly, we're fairly discerning, as I'm sure you understand.
She brings him a plate, and it's got like looks like a haunch on it of turn and burn, honk, or like a haunch of what looks like some type of sheep or goat. But this thing looks like it got slapped on the ass, thrown on the ground for 2 seconds, and taken right off. And he's
lovely.
just eating it, like pulling the meat right off of it. He says, "Well, I would say that I could probably speak for everyone in our little village, but it would have to be equal shares, and you'd have to be buying the whole thing. We prefer to stay together. I think we've all grown up together. So if you're going to buy one of us, Adam, you'd have to buy us all out for the same share."
Well, sure, of course, no, naturally. We had come in assuming that, honestly, we need a fair bit of land. This particular plot in its entirety is approximately what we need. Do you, of curiosity,
Y'all don't work for them folks up on the mine, do you?
No,
Good.
not at all.
Because I wouldn't be selling if you did.
It's understandable. But they're not the most popular.
Nope.
Mm.
They ain't not brought nothing but sorrow to anyone who comes across their like. I have no interest in doing business with them or anyone associated with them.
Neither do we.
It's good to hear that I don't have to put you in that category then.
So, do you these properties? I mean, we've seen a bit on the way in of the land that presents itself. Are there in the entirety? Are there I don't know the other structures, outbuildings? Are there natural caves or anything similar to that? We do.
When you say caves, he like looks side. Make me a perception. Actually, make me an insight check.
Oh, it's my insight good now. 14.
You catch, because it's not concealed the best, that Warren is looking at Bessie, like kind of looks at her like when you say cave. Well, there's a lot of harsh terrain around here, so I'm sure there's a cave or two.
Okay. Well, that's helpful. I only ask because we, as I said, we deal quite a bit in prepared goods, prepared foods, having a cool place to store them, such as a cave, is advantageous to us, and it saves
the
us.
only caves I know are a little bit further away, probably about half a mile. A little bit in the wood.
In the wood. Mm.
You both, Timothy and Tiburon, you notice like he's mouthing this thing, and it's so rawish, like there's like blood coming
Still
out of
bleeding.
it. Yep. Bessie kind of slaps him on the back, and he goes, "Hey," and she's like, "Manners," and he goes, "Oh," and he takes a white linen cloth and wipes, and it's just red.
Mm.
She's like, "I'm convinced he would eat them when they were still born if he could get away with it."
You should say so.
Gross.
You were quite hungry. Have you always had an appetite this big?
I've always been a hungry man, but I will admit, ever since I got that flu, a couple weeks ago, I've been famished.
So, flu, you say?
Yeah, just slept for a couple days. Most of the people got it. I don't know where it came from, but boy, it put us behind the 8 ball with the crops.
No.
I suppose we're down for a couple days.
Hey Ben, comments.
I saw her run
Run
immediately.
immediately.
He says, yeah, we even the missus got it. Kids got it. Everybody, I'm still a little wiped out from it. That's why I hope your friend takes it easy on me in their evaluation, because the field's a bit of a fright. Most of us were up for a couple days, but I was down for about a week. And as good boys as I've gotten, as I've been blessed with, and as good as Mitchell is, he's 10. That's a lot of work to put on a 10-year-old.
Sure. No, that's quite a bit of responsibility. So everyone came down with the illness?
Eventually, almost everyone. I think he looks at Bessie and goes, I don't think Mitchell got sick.
Okay.
I think everyone else at least got a touch of it.
Well, fortunate that he managed to miss the worst of it, at least.
Well, it took us so long to figure out he'd left, because the boy sleeps everywhere but is in his bed.
Mm.
You have to drag him out of a tree or out of a hay loft or God knows where. And his wife kind of laughs. She's like, one time he was underneath the house.
Really?
He's an adventurous type.
Sure. I can understand. I'm a similar sleeper, honestly. At least I was at the job.
Anyway, so do you are you just planning to offer us coin and then just take the farms and the homes and all the buildings? Are you planning on giving us all plots of land to move our various sundries onto? Maybe start again.
Sure. Well, I suppose it will depend a bit on the evaluation, a bit on how things turn out. But coin, but most likely coin. We don't have, as I said, we're more seeking land than.
So are you looking to purchase the land, but allow us to continue to work it? Is that what you're saying?
If you would be amenable to that, I don't see why you
wouldn't. I think I would. We can talk about it tomorrow.
Sure, of course. I need plenty of time to.
I'll walk you around everywhere tomorrow. Give you a good look around. But until then, there's still plenty of daylight. But I've got to get back to the fields. Pardon me. And he gets up and he stretches, and you both realize again, this guy is massive. And you didn't notice it so much until like he loosened his shirt and sat down. He was sweating. He kind of patted himself down. He's just muscle underneath that shirt. He's like one of those people that's like a barrel chest and a round stomach, but the round stomach is just muscle. It's like instead of a 6-pack, it's just a keg muscle. He gets up, and as he's walking out, he grabs this massive sickle He goes, I gotta go do some trimming.
Of course, don't let us get in your way.
And a smattering of children, all younger than Mitchell, but all look very much like their parents, come following him out of the house like a bunch of ducklings. And she kind of sits and looks at all. She sits down and she says, well, so Dianthus, you head over to the fields.
Yes.
You're looking at it, and I'll let you roll again with advantage. Because now you're like right on top of it. You can get your hands in the soil if you want.
19.
It looks like they were at the height of growth, and then like someone just left everything. You don't think for terribly long. Some of it's still salvageable, but going back to what you'll hear later, what he told them, that sounds like what happened.
So, while I'm out here by myself, can I cast Speak with Animals?
Yes.
And I want to see if there is something in the field I can talk to. A gopher, a rabbit.
There's a field mouse.
Field mouse. Cool. I want to talk to the field mouse and see what he knows about the field.
What do you want?
How are you doing? Have you been living out here a long time?
Come on, lady. I'm a field mouse. It's a field. Of course I live here.
What do you think of this field?
I mean, it's a field. If I could live inside the house, I would, but those people would kill me.
You could live under the house. They might not notice.
Yeah, maybe like a month ago, but I'm not living under there now.
How come?
You can't smell that?
I haven't noticed it yet. What are you smelling?
Oh, you'll know when you smell it. I mean, I notice it when I smell it.
Do you smell it in the house or in the field?
Lady, I don't go in the house. I like my ability to breathe.
So do you smell it on the people or on the house?
Sometimes on the big guy.
On the big guy.
Sometimes I can smell hints of it on the lady, but I mean, not on the kids. They're just more of an annoyance.
While we're talking, I'm gonna pull out some bread and give him some bread while we're.
Are you bribing me?
I wanted to
Are
snack.
you a cop?
I wanted to
Because if you're
snack.
a
I thought
cop-
maybe
Because if you're a cop, you have to tell me you're a cop.
not a cop. I'm not a cop.
Why don't I believe you?
I'm not sure why you don't believe me, but I
Because
just
you're suspicious.
was hungry.
You're
I
just
thought
some
maybe
lady.
you'd be
shot
hungry
me up
too.
in the middle of my home. You don't even have a warrant.
Am I being detained?
Yeah. I bet you don't even know the Constitution. Tyrant.
Wow. I'm just trying to get some information.
What's your name and badge number? You know I'm going to fill a complaint out about this.
Oh, that's fine. Who do
No,
you
but
fill
for
it out
real,
with?
But for real, who are you? Who are you? For
My
real
name's-
though.
My name's Dianthus.
Hey. Name's Grayfrey.
Did you say Griffery?
Grayfrey. Come on.
Grayfrey?
It's not that
Grayfrey?
hard. Grayfrey.
Grapefruit? Grapefruit?
Grayfrey. Not that hard.
I don't even know. Oh,
So
God.
anyway,
Okay.
no,
okay.
there's like dead stuff underneath the house.
Oh, just under. I see. I haven't been to the house yet, so I haven't been close enough to smell it.
Oh. Well,
I wanted. I like
Like-
dirt, so I wanted to see what the dirt was like.
oh, you're one of those types.
I'm not sure what you mean by those types.
Oh, you know. Get down and dirty.
I
With
mean,
the
I just-
hurdy-gurdy.
I like growing things.
Oh, you're a weirdo hippie, huh?
No, I
I'm
pull out
done.
some.
I'm
I pull out some
done.
mushrooms. Yes, I like grow things. I like these.
Put
You,
that shit away if you're not a cop.
do you want?
What
Do
are
you
you
want
trying
one?
to get me in trouble?
They're
Can we
just
take
eating.
this conversation out of this field? Because that big guy's coming now, and I don't want to have to deal with this shit.
Okay, well, he doesn't know I'm talking to you, so it's fine. Like he
Oh,
won't.
what is he gonna think you're talking to? The ground?
I
Look,
just
just pick me up. Just pick me up.
okay,
No,
pick him up.
go casually.
I pick him up.
Casually.
Do you want to go in my pocket?
I mean, is there mushrooms in your pocket?
But yeah,
You're swearing at a cop.
I'm not.
Fine.
Put him in my pocket.
You're under arrest.
Yeah.
Ew.
I played the fifth.
Okay, so that's for 10 minutes, so I got a little time.
All right, so you guys you walk kind of away from there, and he's like, okay, well, listen, lady, mushroom tasty, perfect. We're in. You're not a cop. You seem
Not
cool.
a cop.
I'm not
cop.
tripping yet, so I'm waiting for it to kick in. I'm just gonna call this a little bit of microdosing. Anyway, micro.
Micro.
Anywho,
Okay.
so cool family, right? Everything's going well. Hey, Neil Robinson, I hope you're doing well. Anyway, things were pretty cool. This place isn't bad. My whole family's lived there for generations. I mean, these people don't actively try to kill us or anything, and they don't have any fucking cats, which is awesome. So generally, we kind of, live under the bush by the barn, and then we just come out of the field and get the scraps. Sometimes rotten food too, because I mean, beggars can't be choosers. But a few weeks ago, they would normally, when they would slaughter animals, they would do it up around the way, and then they'd leave the bodies up there because, wolves and shit. Yeah. I mean, there's an occasional bear and such. Sometimes worse, if you know what I am saying, dog.
I do know what you're saying.
But, they brought a whole sheep in. I didn't even shear it. They just cut it up.
Did they do anything before they cut it up? Did they talk or sing or anything?
No, I think it was well, I mean, again, they were a little bit behind on the crops, and they were, all y'all look the same to me. So,
understandable.
But even the big guy was getting a little, you could see his ribs.
Oh, they were thin?
Yeah, I think they were starving.
But then they cut up the sheep, and now they're no longer starving?
Took the blood out of the sheep, and they poured it in the ground over here, and the crops kind of started to bounce back.
Huh.
I don't think the spell works the way we think it does. I don't think we're able to have this type of conversation. But I'm going to let it go.
Maybe. I could verbally communicate with beasts for the duration of 10 minutes.
I think it also matters how smart the animal is, but we're just going to go with it. I don't give a shit.
It says
Gray Free is growing on me slowly. But
well, it says at the DM's discretion.
Okay, DM's discretion. All right. Well, I have no discretion. Yeah. So then, they did that, and that was a couple weeks ago, and they've done it 4 more times.
And the crops grow a little bit more every time they do it?
Yeah, but it's not even just him. It's the other 5 families. They're big boys.
Okay.
And they've all got big boys.
They're
large men.
Big boys.
Beefcake men. I've heard them described as bears.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
But I've seen what a real bear looks like, and they're not quite there.
How often do they do this with the
warrior?
Just trying to wait for
warriors. I doth think this mouse does not know what ye talks about. I mean, I've heard the wife talk about what she prefers bears to men, but
Wow. Okay. How often are they killing the lambs? Sheep.
2 a week.
Okay.
Do you want to talk to a real bear? Because I know a real bear.
Do you want to know a secret? I can turn into a bear.
That's great.
So I can go talk to bears. Just don't worry about that. We'll be okay with that.
I'm saying I know a bear, and you just how you treat me. He takes another bite of the mushroom. Like it's just these little tiny bites. He just like pockets it in his cheek as he's crunching it with one
Full
side.
of tiniest bites. It's truthful.
Oh god damn it,
Joke-
Shaggy, that's good.
Jokes on him. They're just edible mushrooms, not psychotropics.
He's like, I feel so wasted right now.
Yeah,
Wait
They're-
till I tell the guys.
they're really good mushrooms. Do you want to take one home with you for them?
Fuck yeah.
Go for it. Much as you can carry.
Oh, that's cute. It's 'cause I'm little, isn't it?
No, just as much as you can carry.
Listen, this has been great.
Or do you want to put some on the ground? You can come back to
But
it.
you don't seem like you really want to, make this anything more. So,
I-
you can just put me down.
Just stubborn as mouse.
It's great for you, right? I have a name.
It's grapefruit.
Takes his little mouth beans and he goes like this.
It's a good thing I like animals, or I could punt him.
Friend zoned mouth. I mean, you can transform into a bear. Who's to say you can't transform into a mouse?
I can transform into a mouse.
Don't tell Grapefruit that.
Okay,
Hey.
So every couple of days, they sacrifice a sheep. The guys get bigger after they do it. The crops kind of grow. That's what I've learned, right?
Yeah, pretty much. That's basically what he's telling you. And that this is a new thing.
Okay. Can I tell if the
Also, you
ground-
don't smell that? I mean, maybe because you're just a, talking monkey. No offense, monkeys. You get
Thanks.
yeah, you don't get it, but like there's a smell in the air in this whole place now.
Can I smell anything?
Not as a human, you can't.
Okay.
Or whatever race
Okay.
you are, I can't remember.
Earth Genasi.
Yeah, it's smelling anything.
Okay. Well, but I don't want to change without telling
The-
the rest of the team,
no.
so I'm not going to change right this second.
You feel a tug on your tunic.
What's up?
Mitchell's standing there, goes, "Are you talking to a mouse?" He's like, "Oh shit, I've been made."
Shh, shh. I am, but it's a secret. Do you wanna- Do you want to say hi?
Well, of course I do. And there's a whole bunch of them up by the barn.
That's his family.
Sometimes I leave food for him. And then, like once Gray Free gets a good look at Mitchell, goes, "Oh, this guy's fucking cool. I know him.
Yeah, this is Mitchell. Mitchell, Gravy.
Oh,
Mitchell.
sweet." He puts a hand out. Mitchell like touches his hand. So this
Mitchell
guy,
Mitchell just hears squeaking, right?
yeah, this
Okay.
guy can't like talk to me like you do.
No, he can't. He can't.
Jip.
And I'm running out of time too,
Jip.
unfortunately. I only get 10 minutes
Jip.
total, so
Jip.
I mean, maybe you guys can try, like, outside of.
He turns to Mitchell and just starts gesticulating and squeaking like for a good 2 minutes. And Mitchell's like, I have no idea what's happening right now, but this is this is the second strangest thing I've ever seen in my life.
He's just trying to talk to you, so like maybe you guys can practice and learn how to come up with your own.
He
language.
looks at you like you're addled.
I'm just talking.
He's
I'm
like,
telling you.
I'm a kid. I'm not dumb. I know you use magic to talk to this guy.
You could still work on a language with gestures and make up your own language together.
He thinks about it really hard, and then he's trying to make gestures to, and then Gray Free turns, looks, and he goes, "This guy got a head injury.
No, he's just
Can you see a doctor?"
he's just trying. You're gonna have to work on this together.
Come on, man. He already gives us free food. I'm not working on shit.
Well, just like if you want to communicate, go to some
No,
water
we do
and then
commu-
make up a symbol
we
for
do
water.
communicate.
Okay.
He leaves food, and we eat it. It's awesome.
Okay. He's just saying he likes you too, so
Oh, cool. And he gives him a thumbs up with his little beans.
it's probably the one thing they can get right.
Kid Mitchell's face actually all right. Have
Thanks for your help.
have the kid carry my shrooms for me.
No. Mitchell, can you put these in your spot by the barn where you put food?
He just looks at both of you and he's like,
Here's some mushrooms.
"Yeah."
Yeah, this is for the family to snack on for them. So
Great for listening. He has no idea that my family's like 200 strong, does he?
no, he doesn't. But
And
it's okay.
I got more extended family down the road.
I bet you your family reunions are huge.
I can't stand most of them, to be honest with you.
I know the feeling.
I bet you do.
Okay, thanks for your help. I put him on the ground.
Peace, I'm out. 95,000.
Oh boy. Okay.
What the fuck is wrong with me? Anyway.
I don't know. That's what happens when you get to wing it, I guess.
This isn't good for anyone.
Good times.
So you're headed to the house then.
Back to the house to tell everyone what I saw and keeping my nose open because I keep being told something smells funny.
You just can't pick up on it, but now that something's been said, you kind of go, I don't know what it is, but there's something here.
Yeah.
Tiburon and Timothy, Bessie's talking to both of you. So what's, now that you've spoken to my husband, what's the real scoop?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, my husband's lived here his whole life. Most of the people here have. I haven't. You're not dressed like bankers. It took me a second, but you're both armed.
Oh, we're here to murder you.
She stops for a second. She blinks and she says, "You could try."
I'm just kidding around.
She kind of looks at you with a wry grin. She says, "That's not a joke I'd make in front of my husband.
Yeah.
Or in front of my children. He's not exactly known for his sterling sense of humor."
Fair enough.
But I am curious why you're actually here. And why my son brought you here.
He was concerned about the farm and he asked for our help.
What was his concern?
He said things have been out of the ordinary. Crops haven't been tended to, that sort of thing. He's concerned. He's worried for his family. He's a good boy.
He is a good boy. The Brookside's grandmother died about a month and a half ago. Wasn't a pretty death. She was she'd been alive out here longer than anybody else. Scuttlebutt goes around all the families that she was a hedge witch. And that she was even much older than any of us thought. She died, the ground went rotten. Just wasn't what it was. We were finding clumps and rock and everything else in there. So after we paid our respects and I took her out to the Barrow Cave, this is where she wanted to be buried. My husband came back and he and the other men folk brought back a pot. Just overflowing with coin. They sit around this table for a good half a night, fretting over what to do with it. Take it back, bury it. They all realized, though, if crops turned, we'd have nothing to eat. So they're still trying to make good on their work this season. They split the money between the 5 families as a fund in case things go south. And then they all got sick. And a bunch of us got sick. Not near as bad. When she was alive, if any of them got sick, she just cured them of what ailed them.
Sure.
But she's not, and I'm sure because of that, it scared Mitchell.
I'm gonna go down. I don't feel good.
I
I don't feel good. I'm gonna go down.
Okay.
um so I'm sure that's what did it. And he's a boy with an active imagination. You heard my husband say. And he sleeps in trees underneath the house. We caught him in the bottom of a well one time. A well run dry. Because he said he saw fairy lights down there.
Mhm.
And he didn't want any boogans causing problem for the animals.
Sure.
That boy won't stay at this farm. I can tell you that. He's meant for more. My husband knows it, and I know it. That's the reason we're not punishing him for going to town, and we're not upset that he brought strangers out here. He did it for the right reasons, but there's no reasons. That's the problem. So I'm sorry, whatever he's filled your heads with, whoever you really are, and I'm not going to wizen anybody up because I don't need to cause any more undue stress for anyone. But there's nothing that a bunch of mercenaries need to come take care of. Sorry.
Sure. Well, thank you for clearing that up.
Well, I appreciate you being honest with me that you're not who you said you were. I mean, there'll be a little bit of, I'm sure, hurt feelings when everybody finds out that they're not going to get another pot of gold from bankers, but they'll get over it.
Sure. So this illness coincided with the discovery of this gold. Where is the gold? You said it was split. It's still here, even though it.
We split
Hey,
it 5 ways. Well, it could have been a lot of different things.
Hmm.
When you have to drag a body that's been sitting out for a week to a cave and turn it during a thunderstorm,
Sure.
and when you haven't been eaten like we were.
Has raw meat always been such a large part of the diet out here?
She kind of laughs. She says, "That's not raw, but he's always enjoyed his meat blue."
Right. Well, thank you for your time.
My pleasure. I'm assuming you'll be leaving tomorrow.
Most likely, yes. Yes. I
Well,
believe
you're
so.
welcome to stay with us until then.
Thank you. Timothy, did you have any questions?
Do you care if we go check out this cave?
She kind of stops and she says, "That's not my call. I don't have Ken and Kith buried up there."
Okay. Yeah, beyond that, I don't think I got anything.
All right. Well, then I think we're going to go find a friend, regroup, and share the good news.
You'll hear the bell when food's served. She smiles and she gets up and she puts an apron back on. And she's like, "I got to dig out some potatoes and hopefully they're worth a damn."
Hope so.
She pulls out what looks like a tiny pitchfork.
Oh, pitchfork for. Is she going to go dig the potatoes up? Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Don't pull them out of the ground.
Sure. Yeah, so I think everyone will head out and go see if he can't. He can't go.
You guys leave the house and you see Warren. Excuse me. Leaning on a scythe, talking to two other men who are just as big as he is. They're not as muscular. One of them's pretty rotund, but it's like that, fat strong.
Yeah, like those world's strongest men, Icelandic dudes. Just
like
cannonballs.
Greg the Hammer Valentine build, like your alcoholic uncle who can pick up a sledgehammer at the end of it and touch his nose.
Post-apocalyptic Melissa Etheridge.
I've never heard him referred to as that, but now I will never be able to unthink of that.
Oh,
Just
boy.
round with the moment they kind of stretch, you're like, oh shit, that guy's got a lot of muscle on him.
Mhm.
And you see they're talking, and they kind of, one of them thumbs over in your direction. They kind of look over, and Warren waves back at you and kind of points, and you can see them talking. You can see like kind of that. Oh, okay. Well, if they're cool with you, they're cool with us. And Dianthus comes walking up to you. As you can see, she's moving away from Mitchell, who's by a barn and putting looks like mushrooms on the ground. You don't know. But Dianthus is walking up to you.
So, how's the dirt?
Dirt's okay. Got a weird story about some sheep sacrifices. That seems to be happening every couple of days. That
was not covered in our conversation.
It was. I imagine probably not. I don't. Maybe she doesn't know, but the guys are doing it, and they seem to be getting bigger after they do it.
I feel like she knows because she served the back half to one to her giant husband.
Oh, okay. Maybe she knows.
Raw.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. Sorry.
Cook a little. Oh, no. Cook it a little. It's fine.
Sure. Yeah, it's totally.
That's how I'd want it.
Blue? You don't like yours blue. You like yours medium rare, but not blue.
I sometimes will enjoy.
Yeah, but have you ever seen me eat the back half of a sheep? You don't know.
I'm not the. I mean, I like sheep, but just okay.
It's fine.
If it was beef, I'll fucks with some beef.
Well, that's what's for dinner.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
Can I go over and add my mushroom of growth to the
would you like to do this?
I would like to do this.
So good.
All of a sudden, as Mitchell's standing there and Timothy walks by and just says, "Oh, here's one for the pile," you see a gray field mouse take a chomp out of it. And how big does it make people? I can't remember. It just changes in like 2 size levels.
Yes.
So it goes from a tiny creature to a medium creature. This field mouse is now your size, Timothy, and it's just squeaking like, "What in the actual fuck?" Diane, it sounds like your spell is fully worn off yet. You can hear Gray Fory go, "Holy shit! I'm so fucked up. Look how big my hands are."
Okay. You might want to run from the guys because I imagine they're coming.
Oh my god! There's a tiny human here! Everyone's so small!
Griffey, go in the woods. Go in the woods.
Why are you so small?
You're so big. Look at the size of the barn. Look at the barn. Look at you.
At the barn.
Look at the barn. Look at you.
Oh fuck! And he passes out.
Oh, no.
You have legitimately scarred Mitchell's childhood now at this point. He's like,
please.
But he's also like, he looks at you and he like looks at the mouth and he looks at Timothy and he's like, "What am I supposed to do with this?"
Just roll with punches, man.
Protect him.
He drags the mouse out like past the pens in the barn.
Don't let your dad see; they'll eat him.
Kind of looks at it and he goes, "Do you think they'd eat him?"
He's big enough. They might.
Why are you? Stop it. Quit it. Stop messing with this poor child.
I'm not. I'm just trying to give him.
He's like slow
motivation.
blinking at you, like, "Why have you ruined my entire life?"
I'm not. I'm just showing him great things that exist in the world.
I'm not going to eat a mouse.
He drags him out into the woods, and you
Okay.
can hear him like drag around a corner, and then you can hear a conversation happening around this corner.
Between him or someone else.
And there's another voice as well. It's a very soft, sing-songy voice, but it's very deep.
Can I go up to the corner without going around it and listen?
You can make me a stealth check.
Yeah,
You can try.
I can try.
Try.
Scroll.
Oh, Mitchell, what have you done? I didn't do it. It was these other people I brought.
I got 14.
Yeah, you're sneaky enough.
Yeah.
Well, this won't do at all. Well, I'm glad you're able to keep things secret. And I'm glad you went and got help. But did you bring me our agreed upon payment? Well, I got it, but I didn't bring it with me now because I had this field mouse. He turned big. Well, I gave him like the little guy back there gave him a mushroom, and then he took like a little bite of it and he got huge. Ah, magic mushroom? I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about magic. Well, if you would bring it to me, I could tell you if it's magic. I have a lot of experience, as you can probably tell. Oh, would that make a good deal rather than the other thing you want? Oh no, Mitchell. I still want the other thing. That's what we agreed upon, and that's what I expect. Okay. I guess. And I've been looking into that other thing we were talking about, and I want you to stay away from the cave. That place is bad, Mitchell. I worry that this place is going to be bad. And you don't want it to be bad, do you, Mitchell? No. I'll keep looking into it, and you'll bring me what I asked for, right? Yeah. Good.
Can I sneak around the corner?
Yeah. We can make a stealth check. I will make a perception check. It better be good.
It's 26.
That is good.
If Timothy's going around the corner, I'm going to leave the corner and go pick up the magic mushroom off the pile.
Okay, you get over there, and there's a bunch of field mice arguing and like poking it with tiny sticks. Like, what the fuck is going on with this?
Just carnage. There's a bunch of squished fucking field mice.
They managed to all get out of the way, but they're like, "What in the fuck has happened?" But their house in the bush is destroyed.
I leave the other mushrooms.
You're now gonna leave her home.
I just take the magic mushroom.
They look up at you, and you can still barely understand. They're like, "You did this to us, you tall bastards!"
Oh, it makes me want to leave them one of the special candies and see what happens.
You just see a marching line of field mice going like around the barn and along the fence line into the woods, just almost like a line of sad mice.
Be safe.
Being forced from their home because someone played with their destiny.
Don't put that on me. I did not do that. That was
Timothy. I'll take full.
Timothy, you peek around a corner and you look and you see Mitchell's form kind of talking to something in shadow underneath the boughs of a bunch of trees, and it's big. It's big. It's a large creature.
Mm-hmm.
And it's but it's hard to exactly say what it is unless you got closer or it came into the light.
Yeah, I'll just kind of work my way up closer if I can.
Make me another stealth check. I rolled worse this time.
I did too, but not by much. 24.
I rolled much worse. You able to get in and the kind of, you can see from this angle like the sunlight pushing through the boughs of the trees, and you see a large bear wearing a hat.
Nice.
Don't you dare, Ben.
Too late, I already have.
She is not evil.
I'm not saying she's evil. Did I say she was evil? Has she done anything evil? Not that I believe.
Suppose.
Sorry. Just to clarify, when you say bear wearing a hat,
It is a bear wearing a hat. Yes. A fancy hat.
She likes fancy hats. She likes all hats, really. She's not gonna discriminate.
She stops talking and she sniffs. She says,
At that point, I'll say, I like your style.
"Oh, Mitchell, did you bring us a friend who has not identified themselves yet? But now I can smell you. So please tell me this isn't going to be a problem."
Oh, it's not going to be a problem. My name is Timothy.
"Timothy. Well, my name is Flower, Timothy." She pulls the hat off and bows deeply, and she says, "It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance." And then puts the hat on a little sideways.
Timothy will bow. It's nice to make your acquaintance as well. Mitchell brought us around here to
I didn't bring him here. I didn't bring him here to find you. I
help
swear I didn't.
solve a problem that's going on here.
You notice that she moves Mitchell like to the side, so where she's like partially in front of him. She says, "I usually have a hard time when humans, halflings, dwarves, all of you come with weapons and tell me you're here to solve a problem. That might make people slightly nervous. And because this child is my friend, it makes me slightly worried why you've come." And he's like tugs on her fur, and she like picks him up with just one arm and sets him like on her shoulder, and you can see him whispering, and she goes, oh, well, why didn't you tell me?" She looks over and she goes, "You're here about the men."
Yes.
"I don't know what it is, but there's something very wrong here. Those sheep have been in the hillsides for as long as I have been here. And due to circumstances I'm not prepared to discuss right now, I've been here for a very, 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 very long time."
And I assume you want this corruption gone.
"I do. Those are good people. They have," and she looks back at Mitchell, "they have good children. I don't know what has driven them to this. I will help you, but for a cost."
What would that cost be?
She smiles, this huge bearish grin. She goes, "A new hat. I have many hats. Perhaps if you ask nicely, I will show them to you. But I always like new hats." And Mitchell kind of shakes his head like, she really likes hats.
She does.
I don't have any hats myself, but that doesn't mean my friends don't. Do you mind if I call them over?
She looks at Mitchell. Mitchell goes,
All weapons will stay.
"I greatly appreciate that."
Sure.
So she acquiesces to your request.
Okay. I'll call Tiberin and Dianthus over.
You both see a bear in a hat with Mitchell on her shoulder.
Oh, nice hat.
Hi.
I quite like this one as well, but I've had it for a great deal of time. It's becoming a little bit frayed, and I don't know a haberdashery around here. This place has changed a lot since last time I slept.
Hmm.
This character is an old character that Cassandra used to play in another like actual play podcast we were on. We were playing Beyond the Wall, and was also everyone's favorite character.
Flower loves
Wow.
hats.
Flower loves hats.
And I like questionable friends. So.
Yes, I know you do.
Yeah.
She says, perhaps we should move this conversation. And she looks down at Greyfory and she says, and this unfortunate soul. And then she looks down at all the little field mice around it and his family to a better area.
He'll get small again. It's
The
temporary.
effects will wear off in roughly 15 minutes.
I'm less worried about that. She kind of smiles. She says, this place has a tendency to sometimes not always. Well, we'll see what happens. So, and she like bends down on all fours and puts one of her paws out, and she allows the field mice to like literally march up her paw and all like gather on her furry back. And she leads you through a thicket and a thick wood, and there is a cave. This cave, when you get there, you think it looks like it's just a regular ass cave, and it's got a boulder, and she kind of pushes it out of the way. But when you get on the inside of it, it's an old dwarven ruin. And there is an iron bar attached to this boulder, and then she uses to pull it shut.
Impressive.
You walk in, and this place looks like a museum to hats. There are thousands of hats. There are fresh cut flowers in expensive vases. There is an armor on an armor stand made of porcelain. There is a breastplate the size of a bear up on the wall. This place is it's wild looking. And there's what looks to be a sort of a human-esque bed, except for like 4 times as large and just cushioned up the wazoo in the corner. And you realize like this is just one room. This thing goes on. She goes, pardon the mess. I was not anticipating visitors. Maybe Mitchell. She scoots over and she kind of plops down. She like clears off a little bit of dust on the floor, and then she just plops down and she's like, I think it's something out of the barrow. I've dealt with barrow mounds before when I was much younger and many, many, many years ago. You also can all make me a perception check.
Hey Ben, I'm sure I'm sure I know, and maybe just the chat doesn't know, but remind me what a barrow mound is.
A barrow mound. There's barrow mounds in front of Burwich. They're like
okay, that's right.
They're like burial mounds.
Yes, got it. Okay, just want to make sure. That was remember right.
Yeah, Cairn is another word for them.
Yeah.
14.
Natural 20 for a 24.
Woo!
I have a 24, but I didn't get a natural 20 to get it.
You got a 14, you said.
Yeah.
Tiburon, you're like looking around, and everywhere you look, everything looks old. Like well maintained, but this stuff is like, these are antique type things. Like some of these, like you look at one point, you're like looking like, that's so old, I don't know when it's from. Dianthus, you look and you see a map on a wall, and it is a pre-Chaos Scar map. It's a map of the world before the Scar. And it looks to have been scrawled in bear writing and art. Timothy, like you are seeing things that you're just like, you're amazed by like some of the stuff you're seeing, but the thing that surprises you is you see a letter that's also like been placed in a frame and on the wall, and it's from Voron Earthmane to Flower. And beside that, on a shelf, you see an entire shelf with 12 volumes of, let's say, My Tales by Flower, are dictated by Flower, written by Voron Earthmane.
Earthmane. That name sounds really familiar.
She gets up and she claps her paws and she goes, Voron was a good friend. I was ending my adventuring when he was just starting.
Okay. Yeah, we've run across a few of his.
He became
rooms.
A wonderful wizard. He tried so hard to unite everyone and make it into some type of nexus of high thought and civilization, but then the sky fell. I don't think he survived. But I was tired, so I hibernated. And then when I woke up, I was told that he was dead. Sometimes I hibernate and hundreds of years pass.
That's fair. I'd like to take a long nap like that sometimes.
Well, if you want to wake back up from long naps like that, I would recommend there's a fountain in the court of the Crimson Queen, or the Queen of Heart, the Queen of Crimson Hearts, where if you drink the water, well, it's awfully hard to die. One time we were in Wonderland, and I drank from there because I was not paying attention to my companions, who were sisters who argued all the time. And I didn't really figure out what the consequences were until about 230 years later, when all my friends they had passed away, but I was still hale and hearty.
That sounds like a curse and a boon.
Well, I think it's a curse if you look at it the wrong way. It's a good thing, a boon, because I get to make new friends. And she looks down at Mitchell, who's now kind of passed out, on the ground. And the field mice are braiding his hair into little braids. And then you hear a voice says, oh God, I've already lost the voice. What a Gray Freak sound like? I've already forgotten.
It was high pitched.
Oh yeah, he'd sound like a potty mouth Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Hey! Oh hey Flower, what's up? Why are we here? And he's speaking common.
Could you speak before?
We were talking before, lady.
Yeah, but I cast a spell.
Oh, so you roofied me.
I didn't roofie you. A spell is
Hey,
not a
Flower,
roofie.
this lady's a sex pest.
I have. What?
Am I the only one here who hasn't drugged a mouse today?
I didn't
Oh,
drug
hey,
the mouse.
man.
I used a spell.
I can totally understand what you're saying. This is so weird.
I didn't.
I'm really fucked up.
Could he know? Is this normal for him?
Oh, bother. I believe, did you feed this young mouse something?
Just some mushrooms I grew. They're just standard mushrooms.
Oh. No magic was involved?
But there was the one mushroom that I didn't feed him that made him grow really big.
Every once in a while, magic affects animals in this area, like myself, and we become awakened.
Oh, shit. Pardon my mouth. Just kid around.
It's fine.
Just kid around.
I've
Sorry.
known this one for a while, and he has a potty mouth. Fuck yeah, I do.
Cursing Jerry!
Yeah, I should have just named him Cursing Jerry.
Cursing Jerry, you missed out.
Don't tell my dad.
Not my dad! It's Taco Tuesday.
Fuck yeah, it's Taco Tuesday.
God.
Oh man.
No one else knows McElroy as much as we do. It's going to mean nothing to anyone.
Oh man. So now I have to talk like you assholes.
You don't have to.
And he starts speaking like a field mouse again. He's like, "Oh sweet, I'm bilingual. This is new.
Yay, 2 languages. That's good. That's good. That's a good thing.
Oh, it increases my job prospects at least by double.
Yeah, mhm.
There you go.
Great.
You
Glad
can
I
make
This
a
is
could
lot
your
of
fault. This is your fault, High Pockets." Points at Timothy.
high pockets.
To be fair, I'm smaller than most of the other ones, so
That's the rub. I know you're a tiny guy, but I just made a joke about you being tall. It's like when I call a fat guy tiny.
I'm still taller than you.
You were
It's
a
most-
little bit ago.
Smosh is kind of a dick.
All I could think of earlier was like Mickey Mouse. If he was a dick.
Yeah, and then you got it down. You got it down.
So
Hey, you want to be
anyway,
my trusty steed? I'll pay you.
I won't steed for you because that just sounds weird, you perv. But what I will do is I will help you out. He bends down and he writes on a leaf and just like moisture, and it says, "Will work for food."
Is he small now again, by the way?
Yeah, he's small
Okay,
again.
okay.
I mean, like, I'll totally help. Because, like, what am I going to do? Hang around with these losers now? We don't even have a home anymore. Who fucked up our home?
You did.
Oh, man. See, now I'm a social pariah on top of everything else. Like, all the other field mice are, like, throwing little things at him. It wasn't my fault.
Oh my goodness.
So I guess I'm going with you now?
If you want.
Sweet.
Cool.
Do you have any more of them shrooms, dog?
Talking to Timothy.
You said
I
all
don't.
of you.
Oh,
Oh,
I
that's,
mean-
The last of the one I had, so
well, that's a bummer.
which I did pick up what was left and pocketed
Mitchell
it.
is just sitting there like half asleep going like, "What?" And he's like, "Don't worry about it, kid. Go back to sleep." He like uses his little paws to pull his eyelids down.
Grown-ups are talking.
Yeah. I want to hear you babble. All right, what are we doing? Flower's like, "I liked you much better when you just squeaked a lot. Now that you can talk like a man, it's much worse." But she looks at you all and she says, "Yes, what is next? And when will you bring me my hat?"
Oh, a hat, you say?
That was the agreement, was it not? Looks
I-
right at Timothy.
it was.
I
Oh,
do have a cap in my bag.
She looks at her wall. Roll me percentiles.
Oh,
Above 50%, she has a cap very similar.
oh, she does not have this cap.
You don't know that.
Oh,
You
this
know
cap-
flower rolls.
This cap has magic on it.
You know flower rolls. She's been alive for thousands of years.
I rolled an 80.
What did I say? Above, she didn't have it.
I think so. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to that.
I'm too busy doing this voice. She's like,
I have a very special hat.
with her big bear claws clacking against her teeth.
Do you have a bucket of water?
I have a well.
Do you wanna
Does
see?
she? As a matter of fact, she does. And on the back, on the trucker hat back, where the little strip is, there's a piece of cloth over it that just says Pasadena.
I can show you what this hat does. It actually does something kind of
comes
special.
together. It's all interlinked. By the way, did you guys see the out of the D&D 5 or D&D whatever the next version is called, Player's Handbook, the picture of the grown-up cartoon characters?
Is it the
Oh
one you
yes,
said?
yep.
But there's no Eric and there's no
Yeah, no
I
weird.
can't remember her name all of a sudden.
The red-haired
thief.
one.
Yeah,
The one who looks like Daphne from Scooby.
yes, I can't remember her name. Also, they're not in the picture, and someone asked Jeremy Crawford about it, and he said, "Well, I mean, there's a story there, of course." So people are guessing that we're going to get an adventure with them, and I love the fact that Bobby's like now looks like oh god, what is his name from Fast Sons of Ridgemont High? Sean Penn as
Sean Penn,
Macaulay.
That's
He's even got like a
Macaulay.
tattoo on his forearm. It's like,
He's
oh,
totally-
Bobby grew up to be Macaulay the Barbarian.
Spicoli the Barbarian is amazing.
It is kind of an amazing idea. Now I want somebody who plays Macaulay the Barbarian.
Hey, extra life, you never know.
It's casual. It's
Also,
casual.
like Flower is delightful. Flower feels like someone. I'm surprised. I'm lightly surprised we haven't met Flower in Tales from the Loop yet. Like she feels very.
I don't
There's-
think anybody in Tales from the Loop. Well, no, Christy was another character in that game. She had a pet flying fox that had a terrifying German accent. like a frightening German accent.
Yes.
Those podcasts are out there somewhere, and they were pretty good.
They're Zach's on Zach's channel. He recorded them, so they're good. It was a good game. Flower was one of my favorite characters.
Who else was in that game? It was me, you, Christy.
Did
Mike was in it for a while,
and James
and then James was
played
a frog guy.
Frog guy. Yeah,
He played a sentient, like awakened frog.
he had a
man.
catchphrase. I can't remember what it was now though.
His name was like Ribbity Christmas or some shit.
Or
like
no,
that.
it was when he kept
Was it-
referring to
was it-
Mike.
was it-
It was
It
yeah.
was like, hello, my baby. Hello, my hubby.
No, he was way hornier than that.
Oh,
He was our sex best in that group.
He was a horny toad.
Yeah, he was a horny toad. I can't remember what his name was. The big running thing was he was constantly like hitting on my character, and she was my character and Christy's character were sisters. There was the Stone Strike sisters,
the Stone Strike sister.
sister.
and they were like late teens, so they were really annoying. But yeah, it was it was Beyond the Wall, so it was really
It was fun.
par
though.
for the course. Beyond the Wall was great.
Flower's one of my favorites. She's great.
Fuck you, Nub Rubbins for life. Nub Rubbins for life.
Flower's
Oh,
better.
brother.
Flower's better. Although did you see the comment above that one, Ben?
That one.
That was not mine. That's all Cassandra. I have nothing to do with Flower. I was just there when Flower was
She
created.
just loved hats. Like that's just what
She
that
does love
was-
hats. That was like you had to pick like a weird thing about your character, and she was like,
She liked hats. She
my
would take
goodness.
payment in hats. She was always trying
Was
to
it
find a new
Beyond
hat.
the, no, that actually was 5e, wasn't it?
No, it
Beyond the
wasn't.
Wall. Beyond the Wall was when I had the character who's dead, the ghost of his dead little brother followed him around. Everyone could see it, but he couldn't. That
Oh,
was
No, it wasn't. It was,
that was Beyond the Wall.
not Beyond the Wall. It wasn't 5e though. It was the game that was like Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, that was a supplement. It was a Red and Pleasant Land, which
Wait,
was like
That
Alice in the Wonderland with vampires.
wasn't it that game? Was it
Yeah,
that,
it was.
that
yeah.
game? Yeah. Anyways, see,
fuck.
Spike is flower.
Hibernation.
Now I do have an Earthmane keep item, which is the Waterborne cap.
You show it to her, and she goes, and again, she does this thing where she clicks her talons against her teeth.
So
She's
if
like,
you-
ooh,
if you wear this,
I remember when he made that hat.
yeah, you
I
can
was
swim.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, I can swim now. I'm a very
You
competent
can
swimmer.
swim even faster though. Is the thing.
Hmm.
You have
I don't
advantage.
have that hat, and it's a hat by a friend,
Yeah,
so I value it greatly. Could
think
you
that's a-
part with that hat?
I think this hat would look great on you.
May I try it on?
Go for it.
She very delicately takes her hat off, puts it on. There's just like hat racks everywhere, like of all different like variation of like style and age. Like some of them are absolutely beautiful, and some are just like look like they were carved poorly out of wood by backwoods people. It's like where the limb is standing up and it's just cut off at the top where you can hang hats. She
You guys are okay with this, right?
delicately takes the hat from you.
Oh, yeah.
She
Okay,
looks
good.
it over. She places it on her head, and she removes this curtain, and there's this beautiful mirror with all like ornate gold, like real gold and silver, with like a platinum. Not platinum. Yeah, platinum's the most expensive one.
Yep.
Like a platinum loop around it, and you hear this mirror's voice say, "Flower, this might be the third best hat you've ever worn." And she goes, "Oh, third best magic mirror? Yes.
Shit, what are hats 1
I
and 2?
still have 2 other hats placing above it. Oh my gosh, but third. Yes. Purchase the hat." She's like, "Thank you." She closes the mirror off. And she's like, "You have a deal."
Everyone needs that friend
She
who tells you
pulls
to
it
buy
off
it.
and she like waddles into, like, squeezes into an opening to another room, and you can hear all of these locks pop, 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 pop. There's at least 10. And then you can hear this lock go open, close, lock, 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 lock. And she comes out and she's like clapping her hands.
Can I
I
tell you
want,
the
I want, I want to
best-
find the most ridiculous hat in the room.
There's this wild gestures hat that is almost as big as you are. And it, instead of having like bells at the end, it has cowbells at the end.
Nice. I'm gonna go grab it and kind of like put it on my head.
She comes out and she gives you this incredulous look of, "What are you doing with my hat?"
I just wanted to try it on. I'll put it back. I just thought it
She-
looked fun.
She looms over you and walks around you, and you feel the hot snort from her breath on you. And then she steps back and she puts her paw on her chin. It looks very good on you. I would be willing to part with this hat and trade for a different hat.
I don't know that I have any hat.
You could always return and bring me a different hat.
Deal.
Does this mean you're going to ruin your stealth by wearing this hat?
You will destroy yourself if you wear this hat. Like, disadvantage does not even begin to explain how much noise this hat makes.
Can I tell you the best thing about the description for the hat in my notes?
Hmm.
It says the item floats on water or other liquids. Its bearer has advantage on strength
Ooh,
checks to swim. I
Pop.
was like, bearer, this is meant to be.
All right,
Meant to have that hat. Off the list.
so we're gonna skip ahead to you guys going to the cave,
Because we spent way too much
because
time talking
otherwise
about hats.
we will not have any like actual stuff go on except for conversations about
We'll
hats.
just be
Yeah.
trying to
I'm gonna stuff the hat into my backpack so that it doesn't make any noise.
Well, she tells you before you leave. She says, "Well, I made a bag for that hat."
Awesome.
And she puts the bag over your head and you can't hear anything.
Sweet.
And she pulls it off your ear again. She's like, "Sometimes I like to do this." She's like, "It's a sleeping hat." Well, it's really a bag, but I couldn't figure out how to turn it into a hat that covered my ears. But it's a bag and you can't hear anything that comes out of it.
Well,
But I
if you don't mind
I sewed it and a friend enchanted it a long time ago when I first got that hat. It's been forever. But she's like, "If you are going to have the hat, you can't go without the ensemble." And she hands you the bag. And you take a look at it, and the bag is black, but when you look closely at it, there's dark purple stitching all the way through it, like around it and bands. And it's like almost like flip book style of, and you're pretty sure it's probably Flower dancing.
Nice.
So like if you spin it really fast, you can see like her
see
dancing.
bear dancing. Right. This is more than I could ever ask for.
Perhaps.
You're going to have to bring a really good
Remember,
hat back.
it's not Bagman, it's Bagman.
Big man.
Gray Furry brings you to the cave. He's like, "I know I got dragged into this shit. I hope the other mushrooms you have are just as hot as that other one."
We'll see.
Everyone's typing at one time. So
I'm sorry. I was updating my notes. I had notes. I was so enthralled by hats, I forgot to write things down.
God damn it, Warrior. I saw you start typing, frantic guys like Warrior's got a good one in there. He has a bullet chamber and he wants to fire as fast as possible. So he brings you to this, and it's a cave opening. The cave opening's not huge, but it is a cave. Unlike Flowers, where once you kind of got on the other side, you noticed it was like a, I can't think. It's an arched doorway. This is a cave, and when you kind of look into the darkness, you can see there's a torch. I can't think of what those were called. Sconce. With a burned out torch there. The other thing you notice is there is a lot of new growth tree that has been planted in front of this, so this thing's kind of obscured. But there's a definitive footpath coming from the old McDonald's farms to here. Oh, Warrior's just so pleased that got in there.
I'm so happy.
He says, "Yeah, I've seen them drag their asses up here before."
Is this where they interred the grandmother?
Probably. I mean, these assholes don't bury anybody. They all go in the cave.
It seems like we need to check it out.
Like they just throw the bodies in the cave?
No, listen, lady. I don't know how you handle your dead, but even we don't do that.
My dead get decomposed back
savage.
into the earth. No, they come back and go into the earth so they can feed the plants and
Oh, see, we do the same thing.
cycle of life.
I think it's a circle of life.
Circle of life.
Yeah, you should get it right.
Still a cycle too.
Listen to this lady.
Still a
Jeez.
cycle too.
This is why you'll always be a second-class citizen.
Do you want more mushrooms?
Well, no one said anything about the incredible sexistness of Grapefruit.
I've noticed. I'm ready to cut off his mushrooms.
This is why you don't get to vote.
It's been like a half mile.
Wow.
Yeah. Grapefruit, whose lines are basically right-wing comics on stage. Anyway, he says, that he's like, yeah, they bring people in here. I've never went in because, like, first of all, they don't have any food on them, and I don't eat dead people.
That's a fair rule of life to not eat dead people.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's really not my jam. Like, other dudes do it, but not me. I mean, I'll eat a dead animal. But people, I draw the line at people. That's just weird.
That is weird.
Yeah, I mean, there's like plenty of berries and shit lying around. I just want to dig into some guy's asshole to eat a colon.
Oh god, it's just getting grosser.
You laugh, but I've seen people do me. I've seen mice do it. Jerry, one of my buddies from back home before you caused me to wreck my home. Like, one time he told me about a cat who ate an old lady. She like died and the cat like just ate all the soft bits, like her nose first and then her eyeballs. Like, what the fuck, cat? Like, this lady's been feeding you for your whole life and then you just turn on her like that? That's why cats suck.
Well, I mean, at that point, she's just meat.
He looks at Timothy and he looks at Tibron and he looks back at Timothy and goes, I'd watch out for this one.
Okay, moving on.
According to him, you're just meat.
The dead, the bodies.
It's just meat. We got it, you psycho.
Wow.
Oh, so one thing your grandfather told you.
He just looks at you now like these wide, terrified eyes. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now. And I'm gonna ride around your stupid beard. He climbs up and gets in your beard. Does Timothy have a beard? No, he's a halfling, right?
No, no, Timothy does not have a beard.
I'm gonna hide in your mullet.
Wow.
Fair enough.
You should really get this trimmed.
Nah.
It's got some split ends.
Maybe you're doing business in the front, but this party in the back's out of control, and someone should call the local sheriff.
Push him up into the sleep the
Yeah.
bag.
Just because you can burn 40 pallets doesn't mean you should.
Wow.
Dang.
What is wrong with you? Grapefruit is the worst parts of me.
Wow. Okay. Anyway, so we're at this cave.
So at the cave, we're going in it.
You're going into the
No.
cave. So it when you get inside past a certain level, past a certain drop, it actually gets where you can see it's not like classic stonework. It's but it's rough stonework. Like someone's actually been in here and placed stones and kind of halfway grouted them down into something, serviceable. Do you want to light a torch? Because you realize if you don't, the footpaths here are a little rough.
Sure. Jerome will cast light on.
Smart.
Okay. You cast light. You are looking through this, and it's a lot of carved slots basically in walls with bodies have been wrapped and then interned in there, and there's a lot of small trinkets and jars and sometimes weapons and things that you think that whoever this village has worshipped in the past, probably these folks went to the afterlife kitted out, basically, or so people would think, depending on what you believe in. You go down. There's a central room though, and you find a room where there's no resting places in the walls. Instead, you find they look like chains until you get close and realize it's weaved vine that's almost been petrified. It's like a wooden chain, and there's many of them hanging down. And then they drop into little holes, like cylinder holes, and there's a cap over the top where the chain goes through the cap and down. And there's something scrawled in a language none of you speak. It's like a pre-common variation. You know what? Actually, anybody who has common can make me a history check at disadvantage.
Sure.
18.
10.
22. I rolled an 18.
Holy fuck!
I rolled an 18 and a
Wow.
19.
Damn.
They all have a variation on saying, may you find peace in death you could not find in life, and may you never return to us. And there are bags of rice that have been split open and the rice has been spilt on the floor. There's a little, not an altar, but a little small thin table. And there is a early D&D version of the Vitruvian Man on a tablet, and a knife beside it, and it's got these different markings on it that show you where to cut.
Okay.
So a butcher's map, basically.
It's kind of, but when you're looking at it, you realize this is more for
Autopsies?
not even autopsies, but this looks like a ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get any other vibe off of that, of any particular?
These look like they're cuts made to hinder the movement of something, like the tendons in the Achilles tendon and the hamstring. There's no cuts on the upper body.
Oh, don't like this.
Jerome looks up. Where are these vines coming from?
At the top of this, there's this massive wrought iron. It almost looks like a chandelier, and these ropes are kind of like I said, they're like wooden chains are all off of those.
Do they look like they've grown naturally, or
No.
Holding something in?
You could always open one of these holes in the ground and find out.
I love the chaos, so I'm always game.
I was just trying to decide if I need to transform into something and like would it
Can
be
you
helpful?
smell? You hear Gray Free in your ear, Timothy. Can you smell that?
Smell what?
So you can't.
No.
He peels his body out of your mullet and looks over at Dianthus. You said before you could like change into an animal.
Mm-hmm.
You should do that because there's a smell here. It's very distinct. I can't really describe it to you guys, but you should check it out because I think, yeah, I don't like this place.
Okay.
We should leave.
I think. Oh, that's too big.
You feel Timothy, his little nose working overtime, like he is sniffing the air constantly.
So I can go up to half creatures now with my level up. And the best thing I'm seeing for keen scent without it being
Can you do a dog?
She did a wolf a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, I can do a mastiff. I can
Yeah, then you can do a bloodhound.
Okay.
That'd be like a dog that would be like, maybe like a quarter level.
Well, I just trying to decide if I should do. I'm gonna butcher this. A Jaculi?
what?
I can't remember what a Jaculi is.
Gaculi. It's like a snake-like thing. It's got climb, blind sight, camouflage, and keen smell. But it is a large creature, though. That's probably going to be too large. Never mind. Okay, then we'll just probably do some type of dog. I was trying to find something that could climb and smell, but
You mean Jaculi?
yes, it's a
Yeah, it's like a 15-foot long snake.
Yeah, it's too big. I didn't realize it was a large.
That's a cool looking snake though. It's got like a horned head and like heavily armored like scales.
Yeah, I just was trying to see if I could find a.
It's also like really kind of pretty.
Giant badger has
Just
keen
do the
smell
Jaculi.
and dark vision. I think it's too big for this area, though.
No, this is
It's
a
not
big
that
room. Like this is a chamber.
Okay,
Plus, you can coil up on yourself.
yeah, I think that'd be fun because I can climb with that and.
Yeah, because they like trees.
Yep.
Oh yeah, like you change, and as soon as you do, your little pits just fire off with. You smell death.
Yep.
You smell heavy poppy. But you also smell fresh blood.
Can I follow the smell?
Yeah, and by fresh I mean probably like a couple hours old.
Okay.
And you smell it coming from what looks like the most recent wooden chain into the cylinder in the ground. By cylinder I mean these are holes that are like perfectly carved to be a cylinder, and they've got a cap on them, and the wooden chain goes through the top of the cap like there's a hole for the chain, and they look like they just open like this. So you can like open it up and look down if you want to.
Okay. Yeah.
And it goes out of the cave, but it smells very recent. You're guessing. You know what? Make me an Arcana check real quick. Daddy wants a big breakfast.
Oh boy. Oh no, I rolled a 2.
Perfect.
And my Arcana's a 0.
And you're a snake, so it's not like you can tell everybody.
No, actually, that makes that one. Let me make sure. I'm assuming. No, they don't have any type of. I mean. Oh God, the snake's int is a 2, which is a -4. So it's not gonna.
Do you want to climb down, have them open and climb down in the hole and see what's in there? You can just
I
slither down the rope.
feel like that's our best option. Yes.
Okay, you guys gonna open that thing up so Diantha Snake
I like start
can get in there?
pushing it with my head.
Yeah, I'll open up the.
You hear
Okay.
Gray Free in your ear, Timothy, go, whatever you do, leave that fucking thing away from me. You crawled. I'm sure you're gonna send your light spell down, right, so she can see.
Yeah, I'll just Timon will take off like he has like a leather bracelet on. We'll take that off and he'll cast light on it and then wrap it around.
I have blind sight. What's that?
Means you could be blinded and still kind of like
Fight.
Daredevil see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have blind sight, so we don't have to do it.
That
we
you
put-
blind sight's not the same as.
Oh, okay.
But if
Okay.
we and also if we put the light on you, then we can see too.
So you slither down, and then you go all the way down until like the chain turns into like a shackle of wood,
Okay.
and a set of feet are in it. So whatever this is hanging down, and you notice that all the places on the Vitruvian Man tablet are all cut on this.
Okay. Is this person breathing?
No.
They're dead. Do they look familiar?
No.
Anything
They-
remarkable about? Oh
But
no!
they all of a sudden look up at you,
Oh shit!
and their eyes are glowing like yellow,
Okay.
and they go, ah, and they've got fangs, and they're kind of half-ass hairy too.
Oh boy.
And they struggle to pull their hands off. You can tell their wrists are bound and attached to a massive weight.
I'm gonna bear my fangs back.
Make me a charisma saving throw.
My stats or the Jakuli stats?
I don't remember how that works. How does it
You-
work?
I'll
Sorry.
You
try.
use
I think I
use
used
your
my
stats.
stats,
For,
yeah.
You use your stats for brain stuff and their stats for strong stuff.
Okay.
You
Okie
got lucky
dokie.
there.
That's yeah.
You guys all have an inspiration, by the way, of course.
Okay.
Oh, sweet.
Because you don't want to fuck this roll up.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna use mine because that was a bad roll. Different dice. Yeah, that's a little bit better. 14.
All you needed was that 13, but be
Oh
fucking glad you got it. You
Doesn't
felt
feel
that
good
thing-
at all.
You felt that thing try to dominate you.
Oh shit. Okay.
I think you're gonna slither back up.
Yeah. I'm not sure killing it without talking to. I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go back up. I think.
Okay, you slither back up. You gonna change back?
Yeah.
You guys gonna close the thing?
Be like, close
Mhm.
it. What the fuck? Oh my god.
You hear a voice. You just couldn't leave it alone.
Familiar voice? A male voice?
Big dude.
No. Female
Bessie.
voice?
Bessie. Hello, Bessie.
Oh, I knew you were the smart one. We can't survive without a crone. But the problem is when a crone dies, well, here anyway, you become a Vargalak. And, well, if I'm going to be the crone, I'm eventually going to be a Vargalak. So is everybody else.
Damn.
Because contrary, and she walks in and she starts taking her clothes off. Contrary to whatever you think, I love my family. I absolutely adore my husband. And our friends, well, they've been better to me than anyone could ever possibly imagine. So if I've got to kill you here to make sure that everything else goes the way it needs to go, that's just how things turn out. Roll for initiative.
Oh boy.
She grows hair, and her head elongates back, and her ears become bat-like. Her face snouts forward, and massive canines pop out. You hear the bones in her legs break, especially where those on the Vitruvian man, where those tendons would have been sliced. They change and alter, so she's got like the backwards legs of a animal, and the tricep and the lat on her body just kind of melt down into wings all the way up to her wrists. And her nose just breaks and pushes back, and you see this a bat-like hairy monster in front of you. So someone will track initiative for me. That would be amazing. Also, she's gotten bigger. Like, you're talking like a large creature. Timothy, you hear a little voice in here go, "Oh, fuck me." She is going in 9.
I'm going in an 11.
3.
Timothy, you're muted, my friend.
How the hell did that happen? 24.
You would be going first then.
Okay, wait. So Timothy,
you, Bessie, Tiburon.
forgot my own name for a second.
Flower.
I
Wait, isn't
wish.
Flower here?
No. Laura's taking care
we-
of Mitchell.
Yeah, we
Oh.
came with the
We came
mouse.
with the mouse. Timothy, me,
Okay.
Bessie,
You brought the muscle.
Tiburon.
The mouse one.
Good luck. Okay. What you doing?
I am going to attempt.
Oh,
To,
before I get this free action at the beginning, you all need to make me wisdom saving throws, please.
Is this against a fear attack?
It is.
Because I have the circlet of calming and I am immune to fear.
Perfect. And you don't have to make a roll.
I have advantage against being frightened, so we'll do that. 17.
16.
That's exactly what you needed, Tiburon. You like for a moment, like watching this woman, this tall, relatively attractive woman, basically her body contort, break, and turn into a fucking monster in front of you. It was just kind of horrifying, but all of you have seen some horrifying stuff, so you steel yourselves against it.
And I am going to attempt to hide behind Tiburon.
Okay.
Because I can do that with being a halfling.
Okay, I rolled really bad, so just don't roll a
20,
fucking one.
22.
I rolled a 10.
And then I will take a you'll see a psionic blade appear in my main hand, and I will chuck it at her.
Perfect.
18 to hit. So that's going to be that 6 plus sneak attack.
Yep.
So 15 points of damage on the first hit.
Okay.
And then there will be a secondary blade that'll appear in my offhand. I will chuck that at her as well for a natural 20.
Ooh, damn. Okay.
Total of 26.
On the second attack?
Yep.
Perfect.
For a total of 9 damage.
Okay.
And I'll say, I told you we were here to murder you.
God, you did say that earlier.
When you say that, make me a perception check. All of you.
Okay.
16.
11.
23.
With a 16, you see like her face momentarily almost shift back to human, and you see her mouth the words, "Please help me." Dianthus, you see and you can both make me an insight check if you'd like.
14 on that.
15.
You both know that this is someone who is, no joke, screaming, is wants you to save them. Dianthus, you notice when he says that, they're almost like her body kind of fights against itself. There's that moment of this person going, "Help me," and pulling back, which will give you advantage on your turn.
Would I know how to save her?
Nope.
If I run into this at all?
Nope.
Does the thing that she turned into look like the things that were in the hole?
It looks like the fully transformed version, yes.
Okay.
And what you're getting from this is when these crones die, they become this, so they don't really die. And since the family members don't want to kill them completely, they just imprison them undead here because they can't bring themselves to kill them fully.
Well, that's
Well, shit.
that's my round. So
Dianthus, you're up.
Yeah, I know. I was just
And you have advantage this round, by the way.
trying to decide if I was going to change what I was doing. I just don't know if I have a way to help her. No, I lost the thing I was looking for. I am going to transform again into another animal.
who's got our anti-magic scarf?
I do. In a bag. Do my bags drop to the ground when I transform? Well, that's a thing that can happen then. I am going to turn in, because I can, into a bear. I almost turned into a frilled death spitter.
Oh shit, you didn't tell me that she was really a bear. Damn.
And I honestly, I got multi-attack, and I'm going to focus my attacks on trying to knock her out.
Okay.
So head attacks, basically. Yep. I got a bite and 2 claws.
Yep.
So the bite, that was almost a crit, and you rolled away from it. That's a 12.
12 does not hit.
Claws are 21.
They both would hit.
And D4s. 11 damage.
Are they magical? And your claws aren't magical in nature, are they? Nope.
Not that I'm aware of.
Yep, perfect.
Like I said, I'm focusing on trying to knock her out. So that's my turn.
So it's her turn, and the one as you whack and miss the bite, she staggers backwards a little bit, and you just watch all the wounds start to knit shut.
Shit.
She starts to flap her wings a little bit, so she's off the ground a tiny bit. And she is going to fly by all of you, and it's going to be claw on Dianthus, claw on Tiburon, bite on Timothy, because she'll be able to see you behind him when she flies. You won't have cover
with the attack. So
what?
It would have dropped anyway with the attack.
Yep. Okay, perfect. So we'll go claw on Dianthus, 21. 21 hit.
Hold on, that's a bear. It's the bear. Hold on.
I feel like it does. I feel like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tiburon,
Just like it should, I think.
Tiburon 17.
Yeah.
Okay. And Timothy bites, cocked. Oh God.
I'm gonna have a reaction too, Ben.
30.
Oh, that hits.
Okay. Claw 1 would be
30.
on is 11. Claw 2, which is Tiburon, is 13. Bite is 15 on the bite, and then an additional 12 necrotic.
Oof.
And you need to make a con saving throw.
12.
No.
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 Ow!
So you're gonna take 1d4 necrotic damage.
Immune to necrotic. Sorry.
Damn it.
I'd like you to also make a dex save.
Oh.
Well, thank you. Hopefully yours does something.
17.
17 will pass, but you'll still take. Oh, fucking hell.
What?
Like 1 damage. Every time I have cast 2d10 damage, I rolled 3.
What? Yeah. What is it? What is it?
1 fire damage.
Okay. Won't get fire damage. Cool.
1. It does not want me to hellishly rebuke things. It just
Better
doesn't.
than nothing.
It just doesn't. It just doesn't. It's fine. It's fine. It's cool.
Yeah, and you see Timothy pass out on the ground.
Shit.
Oh,
Greyfroy comes out. Greyfroy comes out and is jumping up and down on Timothy's chest and goes, "You gotta get us the fuck out of here!"
okay. Sure. So Tiburon's bleeding from everywhere. He's like crawling over to, well, I guess he doesn't have to crawl over to Timothy because Timothy's right there. He will, his bonus action, he will heal Timothy with healing light. So he just like wipes some blood on his face, like puts his hand on Timothy and heals him for 5 damage, 5 healing, 5 curing. And then Tiburon is going to so where is she right now?
She's like beating her wings. She's like about 5 feet up, like between you and Dianthus.
Okay,
Just
so
mouth full of blood just dripping down.
So to leave, I would have to run past her, or
no, she's more in the middle of the room, and your back would be to the exit.
I think Tiburon will, with his free action, he'll pick up the ritual book.
Okay.
And he will move up the stairs, 30 feet up the stairs, like toward the exit. He'll try to get out, and then
I'll give an attack of opportunity.
Oh, I thought she was. Okay. Then he will not.
She's a large creature.
He will fully not move then if he realizes.
You do have an inspiration, so if I miss, you could always make me re-roll. I mean, I think what you're doing is the right move, but
I agree. Sure. Yeah. He'll try. He'll try.
Well, don't spend it.
Actually,
I rolled the 2, so I miss.
So then, after Tiburon moves, he's going to use his action to
use your action to heal, right?
That's a bonus action.
Okay. So you have free action.
I have free
you
action.
still have like you can move twice. Yeah, you grabbing that is you're using your free action to do that, which I'm fine with. Okay, yeah, you're good. Keep going.
So I think he will try. I think he'll. How close is he to the exit?
You probably are 2 full moves away because you guys went around and down.
Okay. So I think he will. I don't think he's quite willing to leave everyone. He'll take a look. With his action, he will read this ritual book and see if he can learn how to heal or to stop this.
I will give you a choice of Arcana or History, but either one you're rolling at disadvantage because you're doing all this under duress.
I will take History.
The higher the roll, you will learn something no matter what you roll, unless you roll an absolute 1, and then it's just like you can't read. Everything you roll up gives you more information.
Okay.
So there's not like a success number here.
All of the blood pouring out of you is covering the pages of this book, making it true. Okay. Yeah. I'll roll History. 15.
Okay. This is a Vargalak. What you do know is they are hypersensitive to the sun, just like every other vampire. But this isn't so much an undead creature. This is possession.
Right.
So if you can somehow get the crone spirit to be forced out, it'll go into the next nearest body that could potentially house it, which would be one of these hanging upside down dead bodies. It's going to regenerate every single round, even if you're hitting it with damage that it takes at like full 1.5. Like you probably have figured out what would give it 1.5 damage. It's just going to keep coming. You also know, like, oh, it's daylight outside. So it's probably not going to follow us, but the sun will set. You also know that this thing gets nastier the more it's hurt. It's just going to get tougher and tougher and tougher. Like, this is beyond your skills. Immediately by looking at it, you realize you could have 4 more people here and maybe.
Sure. And it doesn't say anything about how to force the spirit.
It talks about wish. It talks about multiple casts of greater restoration. It talks about multiple casts of remove curse. It does, you get the impression that something that nulls magic would do it. But
sure. Thrawn he'll communicate what he learned to everyone and say we need to leave.
Okay. By reading that much, I'm going to tell you you're at disadvantage next round. You okay with that?
That's right.
Okay. All right. Top of the pop, Timothy, and we are now at 19 as the crit threshold.
Can I make my way around to Dianthus's bags?
Takes you half an action to get up, so it takes half your move to get up. Yeah, that's an easy get.
Okay, I'm going to rummage through her bag until I can find the scarf.
I'll give you that for a free action.
The
So
you've got
an action left.
Okay, so
the one thing too, you Cat Warrior or Tiburon, excuse me, is that this spirit is powerful enough that even something like that null, it's still going to get to save against it. It's not just going to drive it out.
Right.
Like, so, this is still not going to be easy even with that.
Sure.
My action, how far up are her feet?
Ooh, she's about 5 feet up from normal human height.
Right.
Well, I'm a bear standing next to her because I hit her.
That's true.
Can I make a jump and attempt to tie, like wrap it around her, like leg?
So,
like jump from me?
You can't because you've already used your move.
Right. Okay. So at
now,
this point, I will.
But what I would say is, I would allow you to hold your action, so Dianthus could fastball special you.
Can I? Yeah, I'll throw him.
I knew that's exactly what you're thinking.
Yeah. Then I will. It was either that or I was going to hide behind Dianthus and wait till my next round. So I will hold my action this round.
Because I like the idea of a bear throwing a half.
I can see him rummaging through my bags. I see what he's doing.
You smell what Timothy is cooking.
Smell what Timothy's cooking. I'm gonna chuck him at that feet.
Are you trying to get us killed? What's wrong
Yes.
with you? Do you have a suicide wish?
Sometimes.
Christ Almighty!
You picked the wrong humanoid to ride on.
Oh, I didn't pick you. You poisoned me. Remember, you caused all of this. This is your.
You
fucking
chose
fault.
to eat the mushroom.
Come on, man. For real. That's like being pissed at the scorpion when it stings you in the back because it's like, oh, you're my scorpion. Duh.
Before I officially throw Timothy,
Yeah.
what's a grapple check like on a Vargalak?
It's going to be rough, son. It's going to be rough.
You're gonna be real rough.
I mean, if you try to grapple me, you will not be able to throw him.
No, but if I grapple you, I will bring you to the ground. Is the thing.
If you pull it off,
That's what I'm trying to figure out if I can pull it
you
off.
have to be able to grab me first, which is to hit. And then it's a strength versus strength, and Vargalak's got high strength. I will let
Okay,
you
I'll
know
just
that.
I'll just throw Timothy then.
You can do it. I mean, it's still a good idea, but then his action, I'd allow you to switch the action
So
on that.
my
I'd
thought-
allow you to switch the action on that.
my thought was like, what if I took a stone skin sour? Because if I can succeed on the con saves, then I have D4 attacks worth of immunity to physical damage. So
it's
like,
not. Both. You got two great plans.
so then I
So
could hold her for potentially hold
what's
her
your
for a little
strength
bit.
as a bear?
It's a 15, so it's not amazing, but
You're outstrength by a margin here.
yeah. So
Probably a pretty large margin.
probably not worth it. So I just was thinking I could buy more rounds of hopefully getting the nullifying effect to go if I could hold her, but
Just remember, you guys are responsible for that candy.
that's why I thought I'd try to use it. I mean, chat had it, so it'd be
Do you
great.
want to? Which one do you want to use?
I think it's probably best if I don't think I can hold her, so it might just be best to throw Timothy.
Okay, so you need to make a ranged attack, flat ranged attack, and you just need to hit a 10.
Does a bear have a ranged attack though?
It's just his dex.
Which-
No modifiers.
Dex is a 10. So nothing to add. This is a roll.
Oh, before you do it, you could make your other attack if you think you have better odds there.
Am I doing damage on her? She's just going to heal from it. It's just piercing and slashing.
Yeah, you won't do any damage.
So it won't do any damage. Just not the best shot we have is to get the cravat on.
Yeet the halfling.
I'm yeeting the halfling. And I rolled a 17.
Nice.
So, like, Dianthus just slash, and this time she reaches back like she's going to slash, and instead grabs Timothy and just hurls him. And he doesn't have to hurl him very far.
Yeah.
Just has to hurl him like 5 feet. So, but the Vargalak is completely just stunned by the fact you did not try to hit it, but instead hurled this halfling at it. Timothy, you get
Yes,
to
sir.
make your attack, and this is just a straight up strength attack. It's you're not proficient in cravats.
18.
That's a hit.
Nice.
So you're just wrapping the knoll around her, correct?
Mhm.
Yes.
So what we're going to do is at this point, since you're the person holding on to it, is we're going to make a wisdom versus wisdom roll.
Okay.
She is going to roll at disadvantage. So you just have to outscore her wisdom against your wisdom. Fair?
Yep.
Or I will allow, you know what I'll allow, if you guys would rather do this, I'll allow you guys to give me a aggregate wisdom score or wisdom modifier if you guys want to average it out.
I will tell you, my wisdom's an 18. So I forgot I'm supposed to be using my brains. Dan was brawn. So yeah,
So if you guys want to add all yours together and divide by 3 to get your score, I'm fine with that.
mine's an 18.
We can just do it by the bonuses. It's even
Oh,
easier.
plus 4.
Yeah. Mine's +2.
Tiburon, what's your wisdom modifier?
+2.
So 8.
+8.
So then you divide it by 3. Since you're doing a rounded score.
3-ish. Just slightly under 3.
Round up or down, Ben?
Round up.
Yeah,
Okay,
3.
so 3.
That work?
Yeah.
So she rolls a disadvantage, and hers is a +2. My first is this thing is. I gotta figure out a way to reflatten this. The first would be a 13. Instead, she's got to go with the 6. So all you have to do is beat a 6.
You can do
Well,
it.
I rolled a 7.
So you wrap this around her neck like a curve, and then you're holding on, like you literally flip over her, wrap it around her neck, and like are hanging on her back. So it's like almost like a choke.
Right.
Like Spike
Yeah,
says,
like
about to turn into a rodeo.
Yes. And you guys watch as with this Noel cravat, Timothy literally pulls the Vargo lock out of Bessie, who then falls to the floor. And the Vargo lock almost turns into like a mist. You can still see its like form, and it's like flying around trying to find a body to get into. But because the Noel cravat's around her neck, it has to go into one of the sealed corpses, and does so.
Yes.
And you see Bessie on the ground just vomiting up this gunk. Make me an Arcana check.
Dirty 20.
Natural 20.
Oh,
Seven.
Dirty 20. You like look at it, and it's like multicolor when it hits the ground, and then slowly just fades to this like dark red. Tiburon, you look at it, and you're like, it's liquid residium.
Tiburon is going to scoop that up.
With a 20, Timothy, you get a feeling like you look at it and you're like, it's something magical just occurred. And you kind of look at her, and she looks a little bit different than when you first met her. Tiburon, what you realize is she has just vomited out any magical abilities she has. She's now devoid of magic.
Oh, wow.
I want you all to make me a wisdom saving throw for the cravat.
Is it
So
fear?
I will no for whether the cravat is also damaged at this point.
Oh.
Actually, let's make it a con. I'll take the highest score, but the score needs to be over 15. One of you guys has to get over 15.
I don't want a con. I want a wisdom.
Con those for like its endurance. This is a big thing that just occurred.
18.
It's fine then. The cravat remains fine.
Yeah.
You literally just re-imprisoned a extremely ancient and nasty spirit. And you see Bessie on the ground, like crying and naked, and looks real rough.
These the doors that open for the chains. What are they
Yeah.
made out of?
They're like a pottery.
Okay.
But you also notice the pottery has, now that you've kind of see what you're dealing with, the pottery has flexive residium in it.
So it's sealed basically. Yeah. Like as long as it's closed, can only be opened from the top type of a thing.
She like rolls over and looks at all the rice, and she just starts to cry.
Tiburon will take his coat off and
she's like, you can hear when you get closer. Tiburon goes, I don't have to count. I don't have to count. I don't have to count. Oh, fuck, I don't have to count anymore. And then you look over, and Greyfurry is chomping on a piece of rice. Like, it's a little dry.
Yeah, I would leave that rice alone unless you want these things coming after you.
She hears you say that, and she looks up at you, and her face just tear stained. She says, no, it was to keep them here. If when they get out, they have to count them. So when it got out, I had to count all of it. Every time it came out and got me, I had to count all of it. It couldn't leave until it counted it. Every time, I just count, or I couldn't leave. I thought it was coming, and I was trying to just, after Grandma died, and she just passes out. That's when you hear the yells of men.
I think Tiburon is tending to Bessie, and he is fully taking the moment. He is fully taking that.
Okay, you guys coming out of the cave then with her?
Mm-hmm.
She's not.
Have any
She's not
healing
like.
ability?
Yeah, she's not. Well, she's not so much like physically damaged.
Oh no, but I am.
Oh,
Yeah, me too.
Like I wasn't talking about her. I was talking about me.
I can do something about that. Hold on.
I've got 5 hit points.
I have 1.
Oh, no.
I think I can. Hold on. I think I can. Maybe. Yeah, cure wounds. I don't know what it does off the top of my head.
1d8 at first
Tiburon,
level.
roll me a d12, and that's how many vials of that liquid residium.
1d8 plus my modifier.
You can just call it black residium. You were able to collect.
6.
Okay, you have 6 vials of black residium.
Sweet.
11 points. 2. What levels do I have here? I'll cast it at. Oh. Well, I'll have to cast it twice. So someone can get 11, and someone's going to get 8.
We'll take 8. It's fine. I don't have very many hit points, so.
I thought at higher levels it was multiple people, but higher levels it's just more dice.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
I
So you
forget.
get to mask your wounds.
Yeah, I have to work on getting that.
Okay.
Good enough
You
for
guys-
now.
You guys make your way out, and there is a mob. And by mob, there's like 13 people. And they've got their pitchforks and scythes and everything else. And you see Warren in the front, and he sees his wife, and he just says, "What have you done?" She's so fucked up, she can't really stand up for you right now.
We've saved her.
You can see him like just look absolutely enraged. Like almost like he's gonna burst out of his skin.
Is something the matter?
He starts to walk slowly, and you see him white knuckling that scythe in his hand. What do you guys want to do?
Tiburon will stand between. He'll put himself between Warren and.
It's the battle. It's the new battle call of this group for Chaos Scar. Yeet Timothy.
I think Tiburon will put himself between Bessie and Warren, and he will sort of begin to cast Eldritch Blast. Like his hand will glow, sort of golden.
You all hear a roar. It shakes the trees around you. And you see Mitchell standing on the tree line edge to your right, and a looming form behind him. Everyone stops and looks over. And all the men like turn their attention completely to the fact there's a massive bear behind Warren's son. And they're like, don't move, don't move, don't move, don't move, don't move. Make yourself small. And you hear a voice say, what are you talking about? Mitchell, can I have my hat back? And he behind his back, he was holding her hat and he gives it back to her and she puts it on straight. She's like, I was just stopping you before you did something incredibly stupid. And they're all just like, who the fuck is this talking bear?
Have you guys not met Flower?
No. Mitchell, come here. And he's like, no, Dad, you're acting dumb. And Flower walks over. Mitchell gets on the side behind her, and she walks through you guys gently and sniffs Bessie. And then stands up and declares, she's fine now. And at that moment, Warren starts to bawl and runs over and like curls up around her. A very tense evening passes. And then the morning comes. And Mitchell has slept in the barn with Flower being there. You guys were still welcomed into the home. Just the welcome was a little cold.
I'd rather sleep in the barn with Flower.
Okay. When you come out in the morning, the crops look a little rough again. And when you wake up, you look and Warren is out there and it looks like he's been out since maybe before the sun came up trying to get these things to grow. And he just plops down beside the barn on a bench and he's just staring at like the ground, like at the crops that just are probably not going to make it.
Is there anything I can do as a Earth Genasi?
Or a druid?
Yeah, I don't know. Can you? Do you have anything related
Well,
to making plants grow?
That's the thing is like most of because I'm a circle of spores druid, it's not the same as like a
Right.
standard druid. So like I have spores and they do things, but
I'm gonna walk up to Warren and
God damn it. Well played. Well played. Okay, you walk up to Warren.
and
The other thing you notice is sitting on the bench beside Warren is Gray Free.
are they having a conversation?
No, but it looks like they probably were at one point. They're just both sitting there.
I apologize for how your luck has been as of late.
He kind of looks up at you and he looks back down and he says, for as long as I and my family have lived here, our luck's been amazing. It was bound to change.
And I will lay 200 gold beside him.
He kind of like chuckles to himself and he says, I appreciate this, but we already have gold. And that's probably what started a lot of this. We'll
I
survive.
understand.
We'll
But
survive. We'll survive, but
Go
this land is fallow. We can't farm it anymore.
This is just a offering to maybe help move you along and not use cursed gold. I would suggest getting rid of the other stuff.
He kind of looks up at you in a very earnest way and says, what if we trade you for it? You take that gold, dispose of it as you will. I don't think it's cursed. I think my wife tried to do the right thing, but is young, whereas everyone else who had taken on the crone was older and had nothing but the thought of the village and was fine sacrificing themselves to it. She wasn't. And she just kept trying to do more and more and more. At least
Then-
that's what I kind of tell when she was in and out.
Then do me a favor. Take the gold that you had and the gold that I offer and move your community to an area that you can farm.
He kind of looks at you and he says, "Where? Do you know somewhere where we could farm?" He's like earnestly asking. He's like, "I don't know."
I actually do.
He stops. At the same time, Gray Foray looks up at you too, like, "Will you fucking hold down on me?"
And I will tell them about the where the kobolds are.
The Fireclaw Farms.
The Fireclaw Farms. I'm sure they
Let
could.
me introduce you to my man Dib. You know
I'm
my
sure-
fucking name, Dib?
I'm sure they could use more helping hands around the area.
He hears you out. He says, "That is." He thinks about it. Like you see him, like you see the wheels turning his head, and he's just like, he scoots over, which almost knocks Gray Foray off the bench, and basically offers you a seat on the bench with him.
I'll sit down.
You can see, like, he goes, "I don't know what's going to happen to Burwitch. You know, we provided them food. What happens? I feel
What-
responsible.
What's Burwitch?
Burwitch is the town that you guys came from.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I'm-
that doesn't mean we
I'm
can't hook them up connections.
I'm sure. I'm sure there's routes of.
He kind of leans back and thinks about it, and he says, "Okay. Okay." And he gets up and he rings a bell in the center of town, and you see the men come out and they start having an animated conversation. Once they're done, they walk over to where you're at and they said, "All right. If you'll help us pack our wagons."
That shouldn't be a problem. There's one stipulation. Is the farms that I'm gonna lead you to, or that I'm telling you about, there's some kobolds on the property. They're very friendly, but
They just kind of go, "So."
they just need a helping hand.
I'm assuming you like told them that there were like empty farms where people were killed, and so they
Yeah,
were like,
yep.
yeah, they don't really care about the kobolds. They're just like, if they don't cause problems, why? If they work like we work, why would we care? Type of thing.
Right.
So you guys stick around for another couple days, help them get all their stuff around, see their wagon train, kind of move on. Before they leave, Bessie asks Tiburon one favor:
What's that?
burn the village.
You sure?
The ground's fallow, and I don't feel like anything good could ever come from here again. And then she asks Flower. First of all, they invite Flower to go with them.
Fuck yeah, they do.
And Flower's like, all my stuff's here. So they offer to make the long trip back and forth to see Flower. But I got a plan for that. Flower's was friends with Voran, and Voran's descendant also lives here now, lives in this area.
Or Spike's comment. No, not that one.
I know, it's not just
You know, busy burning the village down. Sir.
she has Flower close the barrow hole, the barrow cave. She asked Dianthus if she can help Mitchell.
Help with what?
He wants to know how you talk to animals.
Ooh.
He wants to learn.
Okay.
She says, would you take him on as a student?
Can I teach that? Because it's a magical ability. Yeah.
You can learn to be a druid.
Yeah.
It's not like you're
could
you're not like a sorcerer
That's true.
where it's in your blood or it's not. It's
That's
not like
true.
a warlock. No one's making a deal. So.
Yeah. I could teach him how to be a druid. Yeah.
So since we had such an elongated period between this last episode and this episode, I'm going to squeeze in a couple things real quick. You guys contact Onius Earthmane, and you find out the Flower had a portal in her cave that had been active when Voron was alive. So now Flower has access to the portal room.
Nice.
So you have access to Flower. You all assist with ensuring that a trade route from the Fireclaw Farms will run successfully through the Dempsey of Dib all the way to Burwich. And that there's a fair price for Burwich as well as for the Fireclaw Farms. Strengthen that kind of trade route where Earthmane Keep is also on that trade route. At that point, you're all offered by Burwich, by Onus, by Dib, and by the farm to just live there. They know you have a place in Burwich. They know you live out of Rustwell Keep, that the Finders Guild has a place there. But they offer to build you your own homes. Each of these places. Onus basically says, like, you can always live here. And if you want, because I'm very magically powerful now, I can just raise a new part of my keep with, dirt to stone. Which you've also realized during this time period, Onus has helped the Dempsey of Dib basically build stone walls around it, and they've raised Dib's fortress off the ground, so it looks like it's the top of like a tiny little castle.
Nice.
But the bottom floor of it is still just like empty because everyone lives underground. But it looks far more ostentatious now.
As it should.
Which Dib would like, yes.
But like this has become a very strong set of small communities that are very strongly allied with one another right now. Which you also all realize in this time period afterwards, some people in Rustwell aren't super excited about that because it feels like it cuts them out just a little bit. And some are just like, they don't care because they've got their own shit to deal with. So I will ask you all. You can each ask me one question. You can each tell me one thing that's happened. And you can each tell me whether or not you want to stay in Restwell anymore or if you want to choose to live in a different community. He can't Minnesota goodbye you if you yeet Timothy.
So one question, I'm sorry. What were
one
the
question,
things
one thing that you know has happened, and then you can choose where you want to live, where your character wants to live. Because now you don't have to live in the guild if you choose not to. Shit, you don't have to be a part of the guild anymore if you don't want to. Probably, Spike.
Probably. Have to run back and forth a little more. I will take Onius up on his offer.
Yep. So on the keep, you now have a small, and by small I mean like a basement a ground and a second story, like almost like a tower, but you have like a basement access point.
Sweet.
It takes them like a week to put it all together, but it's attached to the keep. You have a separate entrance as well as having an entrance into the keep inside it.
Sweet.
I'm having a hard time deciding if I would be on my own space at the keep or if I would live underground with dibs so I could still work on the mushrooms. I think I would have my own space.
In the keep,
Yeah.
same thing. Tiburon,
I think Ron's going to live in Burwich.
perfect. I kind of figured you would.
Yeah, that sounded right.
I'm actually surprised neither of you chose to live at the farms, have your own farmhouse. Probably more Timothy. I'm surprised that Timothy didn't, just because.
Yeah. It's my only thing is like I don't know if the keep is earthy enough for me, so I'm like although I kind of want to steal Spike's idea. Can I live on the unlived floor over at Dibs, the Dibsy of Dib?
Yeah.
That's kind of a better idea for Diansis, I think.
Well, make sure you write all this down.
She still has access to the mushrooms then, but still
Yep.
has her own space.
And it's literally almost in between everything.
Yeah. I think that's where Dianthus would go.
Yep.
Thanks, Spike. Rolling around the dirt.
Rolling in
That's
the
what she
dirt.
likes.
And yeah, I mean, now that you say that, I'd probably end up over with kobolds.
Yeah, I can't remember the kobold. You're super. I can't remember.
Keg.
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 Okay, so yeah, they basically raise you a farmhouse. All the folks involved that live there, and you realize you have one of the farmhouses had already been taken over. There's a group of hobgoblins who live there,
Nice.
who are all war veterans who deserted. They're become pacifists. So everyone's kind of leery of them, and now everyone's just like, okay, nothing like a couple barn raisins to bring everybody together. All right, you guys all can have one question, and you can tell me one thing. And please make sure you're writing this down because my brain hurts. So I'm not writing any of this shit down.
I'm trying. I'm having a hard time keeping up.
Or you can save this shit till next time.
I think I
do.
want to think
Timothy,
about
you're muted. You're still
How the hell
muted.
does that keep happening?
I don't know.
I think my brain is about where yours
Yeah.
is at right now, so I think
think-
we'll hold
I
off
think
on
I want to
mine.
think.
Okay, perfect. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys had fun watching because this was literally all just riffed. We all just riffed real hard tonight. Oh, by the way, is Greyfroy going with anybody or any of you guys?
Oh, he'll come with me. He's my questionable friend for this
Yeah,
session.
he is a super questionable friend.
So my question is, like, teaching Mitchell, does that mean I go visit Mitchell, or does Mitchell doesn't come live with me, does he?
No, you would come visit him.
We just visit. Okay. Perfect.
All right. Where can people find you? What do you got going on? Who you be with?
Oh shit, I'm first this time. You can't find me anywhere except on here.
You're gonna be able to find this sweet ass basement pad.
Truest basement pad when it's done. We get carpet on Friday. By the way, guys, carpet's really expensive, so don't buy it unless you really have to. Yeah, you'll find I think
Remodeling's fully expensive.
remodeling's just really expensive.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Finishing things. But it'll be done finally. 15 years, it'll be done. What is Down and Outlands? 2 weeks? First
The
Monday?
first Monday of the month.
First
whatever.
Monday. I'll be back for that. After that, I don't know. I might be around. I'm technically on vacation this week.
I'm on vacation.
I'm on vacation.
Vacation,
So
Jason.
there's a chance I might be around.
I'm on vacation.
I don't know.
If you don't know what that is, you should watch
Vac-
YouTube, the Chris
Vacation
Gethard
Jason.
show, Vacation Jason. Chris Gethard's
Really
Nemesis.
good.
I'm on vacation.
On vacation.
Sheesh.
So yeah. Oh, there's a watch along this week.
Yeah, we're gonna watch a Corman flick and talk about Corman while we watch it
Maybe
on Thursday
Maybe
night.
then.
I think we're gonna watch one of the Poe Corman flicks. There's
If
been
we
a
get
couple things. No, you know what? We might watch The Undead, which was also a Mystery Science Theater episode.
Oh shit,
Satan,
you're gonna do that
king
watch
of
along,
community
and
theater.
we've got to move your computer after the watch along then.
Or
'Cause
we
it's
could
gotta-
just- yeah, we could do it. Bring it up, and we could watch it. I could watch along upstairs too.
I can sit next to you and watch it.
Good.
Just shout random things into your microphone. It'd be great. Anyways, that's me.
Brian, where can people find you on the interwebs?
Most social medias, and yeah, things I'd be doing here on Chaos Scar every once in a while. Great Blue Moon on Prep School. Been busy, so I haven't been able to get on. And then still working with BACA, Bikers Against Child Abuse, doing the things.
Nice.
So
Nice.
we just had a 100-mile ride this last weekend, and
shit.
yeah,
Very cool, man.
it's a good time.
That's awesome.
Supporting the kids.
Which we love because we're always chiming up for Extra Life. So anything for the kids.
And by the way, if you catch this and you caught our stream for Chris,
Yes.
Chris has reached out and said how thankful he is for everyone who played, everyone who watched, everyone who donated. So thank you guys. It made a significant difference in his life. So
Yeah.
Good.
thank you.
I'm glad.
We all really appreciate it. Warrior, come out and play.
I am your Pal Warrior. You can find me most places at Warrior MN. You can otherwise find me on Blue Sky at Warrior because I got the name. So you, everybody else, I got it. I will be here for most Mondays. I'm here most Mondays. When there's a
You
thing
are.
on Monday, I'm usually here. So
We've
whenever
roped you
there's-
in.
yeah, I don't think there's anything next Monday. So I think it'll be
No, that's my if I have something I want to play, I'll play, but I don't have anything right now.
yeah. No, that's great.
I mean, I have stuff, but I'm not ready to run it. Like I might try doing my BPRD 3-parter coming up soon.
Cool.
So if people are interested in playing as BPRD agents, it's a 5e game. But there's some additions to it. Like you have a whole lot of stuff about Doom. Like there's a Doom tracker, and there's investigations, a big deal. Also, someone can just play as the man in the chair, who's not on the mission, who's just there to do investigating, who does no combat. Also, missions start on the flight over, and they end when the mission's complete.
Nice.
So it's real interesting.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, it's if anyone is interested, I have the PDFs. I have the books are gorgeous. But it's a 5e game. So it's just 5e with extra stuff.
Cool.
Oh, my turn.
Your turn. Yeah. I don't have anything else.
Yeah, we improv super hard tonight. we ripped real hard. You can find me on Thursday, FKA Spoopy Boys, Roger Corman, baby. We'll talk a lot about the fact that Corman is the tree that sprung that gave fruit to so many careers. It's insane. So many people came out of Roger Corman's films, whether they were actors, directors, producers. I mean, the fact that he made Little Shop of Horrors in 4 days as a bet because he'd made a movie in 6 days and someone said you can't make a movie faster than that, and he goes oh, you want to bet? So OG Little Shop of Horrors, Corman joint, also made in 4 fucking days. But Corman's just an interesting cat, and I grew up on his movies, so I know Colin did too. It's a really big deal to both of us. Don't know which movie we'll be watching, but it'll be a Tubi flick, so we'll be watching it and talking Corman. Friday, I don't know if I'm going to do Bad at Games this Friday. I don't know if Graz is doing it, but I told Super Spike and Colin there was a 35% chance I would play Fortnite with them.
Ooh.
Not
I
bad
would like to
odds.
play Lego Fortnite because the
Yes.
free Lego Fortnite looks baller.
It's kind of fun.
I've heard really good things about it, and it's free, and I'm a sucker for
It is
free.
free.
So yeah, and then Sunday prep school, and then yeah, nothing next Monday. Tuesday is Mang on Mang.
You're gonna do prep school from upstairs in the dining room. People get a whole different view behind you. It'll be weird. There'll
I
be
don't like
lights. You won't be in the dark
What?
I don't like this at all.
because there's windows. Because now that we're getting carpet and the whole
Warrior, stop showing up your fucking gun.
Sun's out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are like, you're getting too buff, man. Just stop.
Brian's like, not mine.
It's actually becoming a problem. I'm like outgrowing my clothes. Like I
Your
had
arms are looking. Your arms are rivaling Tarm. You're getting Tarm level arms.
I don't think Warrior knows who
Tarm
Tarm is.
is Tony. It's
Arms.
Colin's wife.
Tony's
because-
arms.
She has got some fucking
She's got
guns.
guns.
Does he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
She went as what's her name from Judgment Day for Halloween? God damn it.
Oh, Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley is out for Halloween.
Wow, nice.
And
Nice.
she has rival guns. Like they're not
Dang.
quite as big, but they are fucking huge.
Ripley's big. She's.
But Warrior,
Yeah.
your son's down.
Is it? Sun's up somewhere.
Yeah, when you've got guns like those, the
Uh,
sun is always shining, baby.
I had like what was it, like a couple weeks ago, I had committee meetings, so I had to like present and be a human, and then I had like then that weekend was Tyler's wedding, and I was like, I don't have any button-up shirts that fit me anymore.
You got broader in the shoulder, and your guns
Yeah.
are huge.
Yeah, I'm like,
Dude, good job, man. Looking
thanks,
great.
man. I'm like 210 now. So
Damn,
yeah,
Warrior,
yeah.
best
Bulls.
believe.
Hitting
Yeah.
the goals.
Body by DoorDash.
You're like, I've heard talk in ancient times of sleeves. I don't know what they were, so I don't need them. All right. Well, thanks
Exactly.
everybody. First of all, thanks you guys for playing. And thanks for like just dipping your toes into the insanity. I had fun. I hope you had fun. Thanks to everybody who watched. We actually had like 7 people at one time, which is
Oh,
crazy
wow.
because I don't even
Oh,
know 7
nice.
people. I don't even know 7 people.
Lies.
As always, Super Spike, Shaggy, Mitch, the
Solids.
the triangle of terror. Thank you guys.
Good name.
You basically are in the game, whether you know it or not. Have a great rest of your week, I guess, until Thursday when I might see you. And thanks for hanging out. You're all beautiful, beautiful people, and bomb us.